さあお待たせいたしました。それでは2024グランツーリスモ D1 グランプリシリーズ JAF 日本ドリフト選手権ラウンド1奥伊吹セレモニーウォーク始めてまいりたいと思います。もうすでに並んで待っていると思いますけれども、この後ベスト16を戦う選手たち、そしてね残念ながらそこに行けなかった選手たちも今全員コースの方に出ておりますので、十分にコースを楽しんでいただきたいんですが、さあコース上は1台を除いて全選手が整列しているということにもなりますが、最後に出てくるのはこの方ということになります。今ドロドロと無圧サウンドを奏でて見事に今回のラウンド1開幕戦単走優勝を果たしました中村直樹選手です。
All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from around the world. Hello everyone, welcome back to D1 Grand Prix Round 1, the first round of the 2024 season. Today we are down in Shiga Prefecture at Okuibuki Motor Park, aka Grand Snow Ski Resort. This is a car park of a ski resort.
いうところでの単走優勝でした。さあ今そのマシンもセットされたというところで、全ての選手が整列いたしました。
Audio check, quick audio check chat. How do we sound? Do we sound okay?
返してまいりたいと思います。
So what you're about to watch is the top 16 of round 1. We ran qualifying this morning. And what you have right now is your top 16 lined up in the front row.
ぜひですね、セレモニーウォーク楽しんでいただきたいと思います。非常にいい天気になりました。風はねちょっと強いんですけれども。
So time here is just coming up on 3 p.m. The battles are due to start at 3:15. So up until that point we have the driver introduction, the qualifying results, and of course you can see here this little pit walk.
これをもちまして今セレモニーウォークの方を開始いたしました。だいぶ後ろの方に並んでる方、もう間もなく入れますからね。
Hello to everyone watching on the video option channel, and of course those of you who have joined us on the Noriaro channel. So why are we doing it on two channels today? Well, they just thought I've got a few more subscribers than they do, so thought maybe we'd be able to get a few more viewers in. So welcome to you over on the Noriaro channel too. And if my voice sounds a little bit odd, I apologize for that. I got a slight case of bronchitis. Hopefully it shouldn't cause too many problems, or maybe my voice will pop every now and again, but okay, you can look forward to that. So for this morning's qualifying, first place was Naoki Nakamura. Managed to get a over 100 score yesterday in practice. He did a run where he got a 99 on the DOS system. Of course, the DOS system is installed on the cars. They keep it running generally while they're doing practice, just for to give the drivers some information on how they're doing. Naoki got a 99, and he said yesterday, "Oh, I didn't go all out on turn 1. I could probably get 100 tomorrow," and he did it. And this time he's driving the supercharged V8 S13, like a couple of seasons ago. Screen there, Corday Sobagidi driving the VR38 powered GR86 this time. Of course on the screen there, Mad Mike, all the way from New Zealand in the Firsty RX3 wagon. Unfortunately not qualifying. Still a fresh build. Sounds great, looks great. But unfortunately wasn't able to qualify for today's top 16. See on the screen there, your boy Yakoi back again, as usual, in the S15 Sylvia from D-Max and Toyo Tires. Great weather in Okuibuki today, nice and sunny. Got a bit cold last night, but apparently today the weather is quite nice. And I say apparently because I hope none of you are too shocked by this. I'm not actually at the venue today. They decided to do something a little bit different for today's round, and they're doing the broadcast of the live stream with me and also the Japanese commentary, Kumakubo from Team Orange and Ebisu Circuit, and Katsumata. We're down in Tokyo today in Shinjuku in the D1 Grand Prix offices. Got to say, it's quite nice sitting in a nice air-conditioned room instead of being showered in rocks when cars spin out and also being constantly covered in clouds of tyre smoke. Not that I don't mind that. I got to be honest. Don't mind it. But at the same time, it's nice not to have to drive 6 hours down to Okuibuki. On screen there, Daigo Saito qualifying for today's comp. He's in his 2JZ powered A90 Supra. On screen there, Mao Yamanaka. Also in the Supra this season, new colour scheme. Have quite a few of the cars with new colour schemes. Of course, those three cars there, the Toyo and D-Max don't really tend to change a whole lot. So I think they're doing the pit walk now for the spectators because we don't get to do it later on today, because today was quite a long day. Starting off quite early in the morning, we had the D1 Grand Prix check run from 7 a.m. So all of the crew and drivers would have needed to be here for that. And keep in mind, it's about a 45-minute drive from the nearest town. And then, of course, we had the D1 Grand Prix solo runs, or the for qualifying this morning. And then after lunch, or after midday, we had the D1 Lights Top 16. But here on the Noriero channel, we're only doing the Top 16 here today. If you did want to see the entire day, it is available over on the Option video channel. So pretty soon we'll be having the opening ceremony. We'll be introducing all the drivers who have made it in today's Top 16 battle. And of course, I'd like to thank everyone who joined us just as we started. Much appreciated. Hopefully we'll have a good day of drifting. Well, I can tell you what, I know, there you go, there was the pop there in my voice. I can tell you what, we're having a good day of drifting all around the world. There's about 5 drifting competitions going on around the world today. Crazy. All split into different time zones. You could stay up 24 hours watching drift competitions all day today. So another driver who made it through, Carmack T&E's boss, Ueno. He'll be driving the big 2-door Lexus. So the venue here, if you've never seen it before, generally known as Okuibuki Motor Park. It's a ski resort car park. Of course, used in the winter as a ski resort car park. If you just go up a little bit from where we're watching right here. There's a moving walkway which goes all the way up to the visitor center.
さあセレモニーウォークの方が始まってまいりまして、まあものすごい数がね、
But in
上から
summer
見させていただいてますけれども、失礼させていただいてますが、
Because it's up in the mountains, nice and cool generally. It does get a bit hot, but the time of year that we run drifting here, it's very nice weather. Usually, actually, I'll take that back. About 2 years ago, actually, it was the event that we did right in the middle of COVID lockdowns. When we had no spectators. So we had no spectators at all. It was just the crew of all the teams and the staff of the event. And it rained both days. It was, not ideal. And we ran the event towards the evening. So. Yeah, wasn't that much fun?
その成績や活躍はすでに十分なものとして本当に今後のそして今年のシリーズの活躍が期待されているという
So interesting range in age of the cars out there. Of course, the oldest one right now is Mad Mike's RX3 wagon. Getting close to 40 years old. It's probably it's a 1976. So what's that? 38 years old. We have a few A86s, which are also quite old. But of course, we have brand new cars like the GR86 and the Supra, and the GR Corolla, which we'll be seeing driven very soon by Hokuto Matsuyama. But of course, the drivers too. We have old school drivers like Ueno, who's been there since day one. He's a actual day one. But we also have the next generation of drivers coming up now. Some of them are sons of former drifters. Some of them have just come up through remote control car drifting and simulator drifting.
D1 5の野村圭一です。よろしくお願いします。このイケメン5人衆的なあれで声かかったんですけど、なんかこうちょっとこっぱずかしい感じが。嬉しいんでしょう。
So on the mic right now, this is Nomikin's son. If you remember Nomikin from back in the day, the Team Uras, always driving the big four-door R34. Well, this is his son. He's now in D1 Grand Prix. Did it the past couple of years in D1 Lights, and this is his debut season in D1 Grand Prix.
その隣、広大君いきます。
はい、お願いします。
はい、沢切広大です。まあ予選終わってこれから追走ということなんですけど、この D1 ミレニア
Wait, 48?
多分この5人の中でちゃんと言える人一人もいないでしょうね。
5ということで本当にまあ若手新世代ということで本当に引っ張っていけて、
When did Mad Mike's
良い走りを
RX3 actually come out? Let me check. Give me a second, chat. Let me look up some searching.
よろしくお願いします。
沢切広大選手がこのミレニアル5のキャプテンですから。
あ、そうなんですね。一番身長が低いとかっていう話ですよね。
そういうことじゃないです。そういうことじゃないです。
ならよかったです。
はい、お願いします。はい。
じゃあ真央君につなぎます。
No, it's 38.
はい。
1976 it came out. 38 years old.
5人の中で、量は除いて4人の中で、
Oh, 2024. Sorry.
自分は一番嬉しいので、
Never been good at math. You're right. 48-year-old car out there, except it's got a big peripheral port four-rotor in it. Yeah, I know. Well, it's older than me. It's older than me.
違います。続いていきましょう。
I'm a decade behind. I am.
ミレニアル5です。
はい。じゃあちょっと弟子の寮に変わります。
Yeah, math is hard for me. I'm not very good at math.
はい、
that's why I do YouTube.
ライツの方から来年 GP 参戦予定で参加させていただきます石井亮です。
はい。
よろしくお願いします。
はい。
今日はちょっと不甲斐ない結果でベスト8で終わっちゃったんです
Chad asking if Tengu-Jan passed through round top 16. He did not. Unfortunately, he did not qualify.
この先輩方と一緒に盛り上げられたらなと思いますので、ぜひ皆さんよろしくお願いします。
はい、素晴らしい。本当に。はい。さあ、そして続いて。
佐野君に変わります。
はい。
はい。佐野裕樹です。
はい。
こんにちは。
はい、どうも。
ですね、予選敗退ということで。予想外なんですけど。
予想外なんですか。予想外なんですね。
予想外なんですけど。明日は予定通り。
予定通り行くと。
必ずこの2人 3人でつけますんで。
Someone in chat said, I really need to fix my sim wheel so I can drift again. Honestly, everyone now, even the doubters, especially well, in Japan anyway, I don't know about overseas, but from the people I talk to here, or even the doubters, all the old school people, they all, even if they don't use it themselves, they all say, all the young guys now, they learn on sims. That's how they get good. The Millennial 5.
皆さんどうか期待していただきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。はい、ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。
Chat's doing my work for me. That's why Tengu-jian didn't do his second qualifying run. I'm just going to take this on face value. It says here, apparently his mechanics touched his car after his first run, so he couldn't get a second run. He stated that in his Instagram story. I'm just going to take that as, take your word for it, because it makes sense. That's a shame. Yeah, there are rules about that for D1 Grand Prix. Mechanics aren't allowed to touch the car between the qualifying runs. It sounds like a boy band, the guys we were just looking at. Yeah, well, I think that's what they're going for, maybe. Maybe more of them need to dye their hair blonde.
そういうところでね、そういったものになっていく可能性もありますんでね。
Chat said, did Keiichi's car have a Noriero sticker on it at one point? It did. I was actually, I did a personal sponsorship with him for a season a couple of years ago. Basically, I paid money, and he put the sticker on the car, and I got some merch and things like that and whatnot.
ていただきたいと思います。さあというところでまだまだ行っておりますセレモニーウォークの方しばらくお楽しみください。
See just there, Mad Mike on screen. He can't speak a whole lot of Japanese, but from what I've seen, the Japanese that he can speak, he speaks it very enthusiastically, which is it makes up for not being able to speak much Japanese. Honestly, it really does. Of course, his car really standing out. If you don't know the history behind that car, the Firsty RX3 wagon, it was his original burnout car back in the day in New Zealand. Went through a few different hands, and he found it again, bought it back up, and turned it into the ultimate dream RX3 wagon drift car. It's pretty cool. Right, so apparently the tickets for the event sold out, which is not surprising because the stands here at Okuibuki aren't really that big, and unfortunately they can't be very big. There's various laws about how high you can make scaffold seating and whatnot. So what seats are available have all been taken. So we should have a decent crowd for round 1 of D1 Grand Prix, which should be starting fairly soon. I think it'll probably be about another 5 minutes until they start sending the spectators back up to the spectating area. I'm trying to see, do the drivers have those little cards? Maybe they don't have them this year. Last year when they did the pit walks like this, D1 had a whole bunch of hero cards, like sort of the official hero cards made up for all the drivers. And believe it or not, they actually had some for the Japanese commentator, Manapi, the guy that you hear screaming on all the option videos, like that guy. I didn't know this. I just sort of saw one, and I was like, oh wait, they made those? And I went up to him and said, hey, did they make cards for you? And he just pulled them out of his back pocket and goes, here you go, have one. He wasn't bothering to hand them out. It's probably the best card I got. There's always odd questions in chat. Alexi, when was the last time you've seen a Fiat Coupe?
とお願いいたします。あと
In Japan, you mean like a panda?
心苦しい、言いにくいんだけど、
I remember once I was driving through Shibuya, and this guy came past in a Fiat Panda, which was slammed on the ground with widened steel wheels and a roll cage and like a straight pipe. It was the most out-of-pocket thing probably one of the most out-of-pocket things I've ever seen in Japan. Like, what is, huh? Why? And the plate was like registered to the middle of Tokyo too, so he obviously lived around there. It was kind of weird. So apologies to all our Kiwi viewers who are looking forward to seeing Mike in the top 16. Unfortunately, wasn't able to qualify. I mean, yeah, give him a break. It's a brand new car, brand new build. Probably not the easiest base to work with. Again, chat asking the weirdest thing. Any truck nuts in Japan? I've never seen them. I'm sure they exist. Because there are people here who build, you know, overseas style cars. I'm sure they exist. 100%. Like I went out to a four-wheel driving place once, and there were people there with full-on, you know, Jeep. What are they called? Not Cherokee, Jeep, like a Charioteer or Centurion or something like that. Hang on, there's someone in chat who's a lost Japanese person. これは日本語版じゃないです。これは英語版ですよ。同じチャンネルに日本語版ありますよ。No, not Wrangler. I don't know. It's. I don't know. I don't really know the names of Jeeps. Gladiator. There you go, Chuck. Yeah, that's it. It was a I saw this Gladiator. It was full on like, you know, Moab spec. It looked perfect, but it was just sitting like in Japan. It's kind of weird. Alexi, can you explain D1 Grand Prix in League of Legends terms? I don't play League. Ape the middle lane. No, was it int the middle lane? That's what it is. Int the middle lane every time. Is that it? That RX-3 wagon is a banger, says chat. Remember watching it do a burnout way back in the day. It would have been way back in the day. I think Mike said he had it when he was a teenager. Alexi, do I have time for a quick shower before the first battle? If you're not going to wash your hair, or if you have short hair, probably should be okay.
言わされてるんですけどもね、本当に心苦しいんでございますけれどもね、皆さんちっちゃい声で言ってもしょうがないんですけどもね、セレモニーウォーク終了でございます。
Alright, I think we're just about to end the pre-event pit walk. You can see that Naoki Nakamura's V8 supercharged V8 S13 in the foreground there.
ちょっと伸ばさせていただきましたけれども、ぜひですね、この後のベスト16追走トーナメント。
He does also have that 2JZ S15 that he's used in competition. He's gone back to the S13 for this season.
そのほんのわずかの間ですけどね、皆さんに生のこの車と
Chat says, when are you coming home again and what event? To Australia? Oh, I don't know.
いうところでございますけれども、
There's going to be a couple of events towards the end of the year, like the 1JZ meeting again,
とさせていただきます
and
ので、
also
速
another
や
event
かに
at
ですね、
Stanthorpe.
ゆっくりとで結構でございます。
Looking forward to
ゆ
going
っく
from
り
there.
と、この
Our YouTube chat says dual streaming from now. Actually, you're both on YouTube. Option chat says dual streaming from now on. We're not sure. We're just making up our mind. It's up to them. They just said to me what they want to do, and I said, "Okay, sir," and I do what they said. So basically, we're using their equipment to stream on my channel and also just on the main channel too. And of course, they're doing their own, the Japanese version as well. DK here this event. DK has not been to a D1 Grand Prix event for about 10 years now. He doesn't have anything to do with them anymore. Why did Naoki ditch the GT86 comp car? I don't know actually. I don't know that. I don't know why. There may be someone listening who knows the answer to that. And if they'd like to DM me the answer, I'll read it out. You know who you are. Was there a top 32 or do they go straight into top 16? D1's always been top 16. There's a good and a bad side to that, in my opinion. The good side is every battle's good, generally. I mean, you have a large percentage, and it gets over and done with faster, you know? You don't have to sit through some tedious battles. Like, generally, they're quite good from beginning to end. Downside is, I don't know, I mean, we'd like to see more drifting. Would be good. I think, what I think would be good, honestly, is they should run D1 Lights top 32. When D1 Lights is the feeder series to D1 Grand Prix. When they run that, for example, today, they're running, this weekend, they're running a dual series this weekend. So it's D1 Grand Prix and also D1 Lights. So yesterday, Friday afternoon was D1 Lights qualifying. Then this morning was D1 Grand Prix qualifying. Then D1 Lights top 16. And now it's D1 Grand Prix top 16. So honestly, good for the spectators. If you want to sit there and enjoy some live drifting all day. But I think it'd be good to have a top 32 for Lights just to give the drivers some more experience. Because, the whole idea of Lights is to... it's a feeder to D1 Grand Prix, so people who have aspirations to getting into D1 Grand Prix. So, when we have these dual events like this, make the D1 Lights a top 16, and when D1 Lights runs separately, which it also does because it runs on different tracks sometimes, do that at top 32 and also have, points for each one. That's my opinion anyway. Just to, have more points available. So, even if it gets towards the end of the season and, there's still a chance maybe that you can get points. Whereas if you qualify, it's a big fat duck egg, 0.
セレモニーウォーク参加のお客様にご連絡します。セレモニーウォーク終了のお時間となりましたのでご退出の方お願いします。セレモニーウォーク参加のお客様にご連絡します。セレモニーウォーク終了のお時間となりましたのでご退出の方よろしくお願いします。
All right, that's D1 girl rower telling everyone to get out of the pits or get out of the track. We've got some drifting competition to do. Yeah, with Lights, would like to see them with English commentary, not gonna lie. I said this morning, do you want me to do the Lights as well? And they said, no, just do D1. I was like, okay. One other thing we're looking forward to, looking to do is, you know how when if you have a pet cat, you can't have one because they get lonely. You got to have 2 cats or more. Like, that's what I feel. I'm a lonely cat right now. I need someone else. We were discussing that the other day, like getting in someone else to banter with and get some alternative points of view. So that might transpire this year. All right, should be starting soon.
さあセレモニーウォークの方ももう本当いやいや状態になったんですけどね、本当申し訳ないですね。終了いたしまして、さあそれではお待たせいたしました D1 グランプリラウンド1奥伊吹追走トーナメントがこの後すぐに始まってくるというところで、まずは
Alright everyone, time to go and grab drinks and snacks if you haven't done that already, because we're about to start top 16 for round 1 of the 2024 season of D1 Grand Prix here at Okuibuki. Our first battle is going to be these two drivers here, Naoki Nakamura on the right of screen versus from Thailand, Pon.
このマシン大ジャポントインチャロネンポンです。いや久々来ましたポンが。さあそして2組目の対戦ということになります。単走順位は8位でした。カーナンバー77をつける GR カローラ松山北斗、そしてその対戦相手はカーナンバー31 GR86 になる。
Alright, our next battle in the top 16, Kodai Sobagiri in the VR38 twin turbo. That's the GTR engine powered GR86. He's going up against, on the right of screen, Hokuto Matsuyama, also brand new build, the GR Corolla. Great looking car. Wait till you see it in action. Our next two drivers in the FD RX-7 built by RE MME, the legendary rotary shop, Yukio Matsui, and in the red GR86, you all know this guy, Tetsuya Hibino, the old school A86 driver. He's out there in the Shibataya 86 for today's competition. First battle with Matsui. さあそして4組目の対戦、年齢差がかなり激しい。 Now our first battle, we're talking about the new young drivers and the old school drivers. Well, here's the young one, Mao Yamanaka. Rookie driver in the Supra. His dad used to drive in D1 Grand Prix, and he's up against this guy here, the real Day 1. The last remaining Day 1 D1 Grand Prix driver, Takahiro Ueno. And he's driving the 2JZ powered Lexus RCV. There's a big age gap between them. Hopefully the gap between their cars when they're drifting is nowhere near as big. And in the second half of the top 16, we have these two drivers in the GR86 tennis ball, as Chad has called it, Mitsuru Murakami. And he's up against multiple champion all over the world, Daigo Saito. He's out today in the A90 Supra 2JZ. The first person in the world to build an A90 Supra drift car. Our next two drivers, a graduate from D1 Lights into D1 Grand Prix. He was taking him down from day one as soon as he made it to D1 Grand Prix. In the BMW, he's up against this guy here, Yumeto Hatanaka. He's driving a JZX 100. Last year, debuted in D1 Grand Prix, immediately wrote off the car, which set him back a lot. He's back again in 2024 for revenge this season. さあ7組目の対戦、ここも初の組み合わせ、ちょっとどういうことになるんでしょうか。単走順位はそれでもなんと第3位、加納弘樹。Our next two drivers, Hiroki Kano in the S15 Silvia. He's up against this guy here from GP Sports, Mr. Average. The name he has received, Takahiro Mori. Great sounding car, 2JZ powered 180SX. And the last battle of the top 16, these two drivers, Masashi Yokoi, multiple champion. He's up against his old rival, and I do mean old. These guys were going head-to-head on the street and at places like Meihan. Semi Tanaka leading the season temporarily a few times last year. Will 2024 be his season?
この2人の対決どういうことになるかどうか、ベスト16の最終組面白い対戦ということになりました。さあということで、それでは始めてまいりましょう。2024グランツーリスモ D1 グランプリシリーズ JAF 日本ドリフト選手権ラウンド1奥井吹追走トーナメントの開始です。
シリーズタイトルスポンサーグランツーリスモ、オフィシャルタイヤスポンサー東洋タイヤ、バリノタイヤ、芝タイヤ、パートナースポンサーダンロップ、トネ、ダスキンレントオール、スノコ、グラムライツ、アルティア、ATS、プロジェクトミュー、BN スポーツ、ブリッド、メカニクル、オフィシャルウェア、プーマ、オフィシャルアワードドリンク、奥の松酒造、メディアパートナー、サンエイ。以上の皆様のご協力でお送りいたします。
さて、ビデオオプションチャンネルをご覧の皆様、ここからは D1 グランプリ追走スタートと、なっていきます。単走同様ですね、解説いただくのは熊久保信繁さんです。よろしくお願いいたします。大丈夫ですか？はい。お腹いっぱいで眠くないですか？
お腹は結構前に食べたんで大丈夫です。はい、さっきちょっと昼寝っぽくしてました。
そうですね。後ほど皆さんにはねご説明ご紹介いたしますけれども、ベスト16の組み合わせ出ましたね。
はい、
試合に
出ましたね。
かなり面白い。
面白いですね。はい。
そんな感じがありますので、ぜひですね、皆様と一緒にこの後の追走トーナメントを楽しんでいただきたいと思います。そしてですね、追走のゲスト解説といたしまして、現地の方で、もう野村選手がね、今回、スタンバイをしてくれるんですが、ちょっとまだ今車を動かしたりとか、
残念ながら追走残れなかったドライバーの中から選ばれた。
Alright, everyone, welcome back to D1 Grand Prix.
からは他の選手に。
You can see on the screen right now. So here's how it's working. Basically, we have the actual live event at Okuibuki. Then it's being broadcast to the room next to me, which is you can see there Katsumata and also Team Orange's and Ebisu Circuit's Kumakubo. And then there's me, and I'm talking over them. sort of that's the flow of things. That's how it's working here at D1 Grand Prix for the live stream on the option channel and also on the Norio channel. I'm sure the Need for Speed song there sort of triggered a bit of memory for a few of you out there. It's the original D1 Grand Prix theme song. It didn't get used for a while, and now it's back.
そうですね、やっぱりこう若い子たちが今トレーニング方法も変わってきて、いっぱいこうトレーニングもできるようになってきて、でやっぱりどんどんこう若い、そしてイケメンの子たちがね、どんどんこう。
And unfortunately, though, yeah, chat, I don't have a face cam this time. Probably a good thing, though. Today, I don't think it's a very good idea to have a face cam. Maybe if we do eventually get another person in here, we'll get our little a backdrop. Actually, tell you what, I'm gonna run next door just quickly. Hang on. Keep your eyes on the screen, chat.
これからはたくさん増えてくるんじゃないかなと。そうですね。うちのチームにもほらカンタっていう若いドライバーがいるんですけど、やっぱすごい女性ファンが多いので、はい。やっぱり女性ファンが増えてこそレースは盛り上がりますからね。そうですね。まあぜひですね、カンタも D1 にまた戻っていただきたいので、戻したいと思います。よろしくお願いします。さあというわけで、ここからですね、追走の審査紹介をですね、していただきたいと思います。
それではここで D1 グランプリの追走審査方法についてご説明。D1 グランプリでは
Wait, never mind, I blew it. I waited too long. I'll go later. Okay, so let's talk about judging in D1 Grand Prix. How does it work? Well, it uses a system called DOS, the D1 Original Scoring System. It's an electronic scoring system. Each of the cars has this little box in them, which sends data about the car's speed, yaw angle, etc. back to a central computer. So basically you get a score, a base score there in white. And then the important part about D1 Grand Prix are the bonus points. That blue number there. So how do you earn bonus points? This is how you win. Well, as the chase car, the course is split into different sectors and you earn bonus points per sector depending on how close and how parallel you are to the car in lead. Of course, on the opposite side of that, you can have points taken away from you. The lead car needs to do a qualifying style run, so the lead car needs to hit all the zones that are on the track. Chase car generally does not. The reason we do that is because it allows the chase driver to not have to hit any particular part of the track, but concentrate on driving as close to the lead car as they possibly can in order to get the best chase and lead driving. So a little difference in the rule this year, the lead car in those zones, they need to put their tyre through the zone this year, not the bodywork. If you were watching D1 Grand Prix last year, it was only the bodywork that needed to go through the zone. This year it is the tyres, and we do have human judges out there keeping an eye on that sort of thing. So essentially what you want to see, lead car do the best solo run they possibly can, chase car stick right on their door for the entire run. That's what is going to get you those points. Is it possible to get maximum points? Yes, it is. It's possible to get over 100 points because essentially the scoring system is set up for the hypothetical ideal run. And that's how the scoring algorithm gives points to the drivers. But, you know, expectations are there to be broken. If drivers can do even better than they are being asked of, it is possible to get over 100 points. We have seen it before. We have also seen maximum proximity points. Generally, Naoki Nakamura is the guy who tends to get that the most often. But we'll see what happens here today. Anything could happen here at D1 Grand Prix.
そうですね。非常に難しいですが、ただ今までの D1 の一番のこの醍醐味であります。その前の選手にどれだけついていくか、前走者にどれだけついていくか。
I saw before someone in chat said when I was talking about
そのセクターで3ポイントの ポイントがもらえてフルマークで
Ueno's Lexus. Yeah, the car's nickname is the RCV.
去年も15ポイントです。
V for and someone actually Killer Tofu in chat. Yeah, V for Vertex.
さあというわけでね、まあそのあたり
That's the car's nickname. Some of the cars have little nicknames.
そうですね。
追走が見れそうですね。
Most don't. I wish more of them did. It would be more fun to refer to cars as their nicknames.
それでも近づいてフルマークを取ってくるのが中村直樹であり、横井なんで、
元祖引いて刺した人ですもんね。
So, like I said before, yeah, someone in the chat pointed that out. Naoki did get over 100 points this morning. It was like, yeah, I think it was 100.2. Did I write it down? I should have. No, I just wrote 100 for a circle in it. It was about 100.2, yeah.
出ますかね、出ないですね。はい、というわけで、まあ、この後皆さんにね、ご説明をしていきますが、まあ、我々の、手元にですね、ちょっと資料の方が実はダーンとございまして、こちら、支配に見ていただいて、注目の対戦2つ。
そうですね、まずは松山北斗対そば切り光大。
Alright, so we have top 16 starting fairly soon. Actually, I've just noticed this because I'm not at the venue. I can't see what's going on in the background. So unless we have a video feed, I don't know exactly how ready the drivers are. But we should be proceeding according to schedule. It's now 3:38. We're a little bit behind. I think they wanted to do a long pit walk for the spectators because we're not doing one afterwards.
横井、田中聖美は、まあ松山とそば切りもそうだ。
Now is your chance. Actually, you're right. Let me just go over there. Okay, keep your eyes on the screen chat. I'm just going to go next door.
藤野、そして川端がね、まあ名を連ねていないのが少し寂しいですけれども、
ね、大御所2人がいないっていうのはちょっと残念な感じがしますね。
はい。さあというわけでですね、このベスト16の、ゲスト解説といたしまして、現場の方で野村圭一選手が準備ができたようなので呼んでみたいと思います。さあ野村選手。
はい、野村です。
野村選手、
こんにちは。
そう残念ながらという結果でしたけれども、
No,
予選振り返っていか
didn't
がです
work
か。
again.
予選振り返って。
Every time I go there, as soon as I get there, they throw to someone else. It's okay. We'll get on screen at some point. Don't worry. Trust me, I'm actually in the same building as they are.
真の意味での GP 車両になってなくて、やっぱ自分の思うような走り、まあ見てるその
So we're just talking right now to Keiichi Nomura.
なので、
Live at the venue.
もっと練習して、上手くなるのもそうだし、車ももっとちゃんと仕上げないといけないなっていうふうに思いました。
はい。こちらの解説席にですね、熊久保さんいらっしゃいますので、熊久保さん何か。
はい。
お疲れ様。
お疲れ様です。
はい、走りを見てる限りでは。
In the tradition of D1 Grand Prix, because he didn't actually qualify today, it was his debut round in D1 Grand Prix. Didn't qualify for the top 16.
そうですね。Quite
often what we'll do is get a driver who didn't qualify to jump in the commentary and they'll give their opinion about what's going on.
助手席にあるバッテリーから煙が立ち上がりまして、はい、でちょっとショートしちゃって、で僕の今のメンタルの状態では、思いっきり攻めることができませんでした。
はい、ちなみに野村選手、お父さんはそばにいるの？今日は。
多分どこかしらいると思いますけど。
あ、どこかしらにいる。
はい。
なんかこう。
ピットだか、ブースだか。
はい。
はい。
走りを見てお父さんから何か一言もらったの？
まあ初めての割にはよくまとめたなって言ってましたね。
なるほど。
はい。
さすがノムケンさんいらっしゃるみたいですね。はい。さあというわけで野村選手。
はい、
この後ですね、先輩方が走る追走についていろいろ解説いただきますが、どんどん、ご自身の意見をぶつけていただきたいと思いますので、よろしくお願いいたします。
お願いします。僕ドス今日初めてやったんですけど、気の利いたコメント言えないと思うけど大丈夫ですか？
いやいや全然大丈夫です。こっちも気の利いたコメント全くしてませんから。
僕素人目線なので。
はい、大丈夫ですよ。
はい。よろしくお願いします。はい。
さあ早速なんですが、
野村選手、this is the first time that Nomakin Jr. ever drove under the DOS system. It's kind of interesting that there's some of these drivers out there. One actually is Yokoi, who they seem to understand how the DOS judge system works really well.
どっちもすごい好きなので、同じように応援したいと思います。
はい。 ぜひね頑張っていただきたいんですけれども、
はい
逆に熊久保さんは
one thing that they don't really mention it on the show, but the drivers do, well, they can receive data sheets of their runs, like what kind of scores the DOS is giving them for the entire track. It's pretty complicated. It's like a big spreadsheet, and it gives them a lot of information for the entire course. So people who can, decrypt that kind of data, if they have a good eye for it, can see what they get rewarded for, and then play that up. Because on the other hand, just like in a video game, they need to keep it slightly opaque just to prevent people from gaming it, or slightly changing the rules, changing the scoring in order to stop people from cheesing points, which has happened in the past. But then again, there's other guys like this, Naoki Nakamura, who just drives as hard as he possibly can, and he'll be leading this first run. Here we go, first run. Nakamura in the lead. He's being chased by Pon from Thailand. Here we go, first run.
Sa そしてセクター4もだんだんと縮めていきますが、ライン的には当然中村直樹選手の方がいいですね。
そうですね。先行はしっかりといいラインを取っています。そうですね。ちょっとね心配したのはスタートしてからの。
All right, first run now. It might seem that Naoki kind of got away from Pon there, but he is going quite fast, and Pon's doing a great job to stay with him for most of that run. So how's this sort of run going to be scored? Well, Pon matching the lead car quite well from the top-down drone shot, but you got to remember, it's the proximity points that's going to get you the win.
So
if you do the exact same run as the lead car, you're only going to get the same score as them. You're not going to be able to beat them. So in order to do that, you need to match the lead car as close as possible. I guess the simplest way to put it. Here we go, on board there with Naoki Nakamura. On the handbrake, down a gear, sequential gearbox, upper gear, flick back, just a little bit of handbrake just to modulate the rear end, keep it under control, and then hard on the accelerator, second gear, and over the finish line. So you've got to remember here, this first run of the weekend in D1 Grand Prix, so we don't really have a sort of a feeling of how it is. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. It might look like that Pon was being gapped there. It's Naoki. He drives, look, he did a 98 lead run. Pon did really good. And 5.3 proximity points gives him a 101.3 to Naoki's 98. Now here's the problem. Naoki is now in the chase, and this is where he shines. They're not really making a deal about it on the Japanese commentary, but that was a really solid run from Pon. He has the chance, as a 16th place qualifier, to take out Naoki Nakamura in the first battle. Here we go. Already gapping Naoki, but let's see if Naoki can dive in. He's sort of sitting back a little bit. Here we go. Naoki kind of bagging on the start, but as soon as it hit the first zone there, he went in for the, right, you can see it on that shot there. He just waited for, I don't know, does this mean he wasn't trusting Pon a whole lot? He waited for Pon to clear the wall in outer zone, in the outer zone 1. And as soon as he did that, he just dove straight in. Watch this.
どうですか今の走りご覧いただい
Give him a
て。
bit of a distance.
今の
The
走り
flick in.
は直樹選手
And as soon as he gets
飛び込み方
safe and clear of the wall, there we go. Pon's car just disappears beside Naoki.
はい
まあこの振り返しの瞬間なんかも本当に前の選手のバンパーギリギリ
So close on the transition.
はい
The blind spot in the smoke was only a split second. That we can't even see Pon from this shot. There he is.
追走これからということですが、お手本にしたい選手っているんですか？
お手本にしたい選手ですか？
はい。
いっぱいいますよそれは。
あ、そうなんですね。
はい出てる人たちほとんど先輩の選手なので。
And of course, you have to remember lead car. That could be
直樹さんもそうだ
a
し。
penalty there, and it was for Pon. See that -1. Now don't forget, lead car. It's not the bodywork anymore. It's the actual tire, front or rear, depending on the zone, that needs to go through. And there you go. A really solid run from Pon, I gotta say. As a 16th place qualifier, that was a great effort, but unfortunately for him, Naoki Nakamura, he was the guy he was up against. A 203.3 versus a 197.3. Winner, Naoki Nakamura, through to the best 8.
進入の1セクを無理しませんでしたよね。
そうですね。
距離取っていった。
さあ、今度は松山北斗対そば切り広大ということで、この対戦は熊久保さんも注目の
大注目。
大注目ですね。
もちろんね、ちょっと松山北斗選手はまさに新車ですから。でも、そば切り選手も新車です。
All right, our next battle. The battle of the fresh builds here in the top 16. Hokuto Matsuyami just saw there in the brand new GR Corolla build he's up against. Kodai Sobagiri, also brand new build. Remember Sobagiri last season. The Q60 Infinity with the GTR engine. This time he's in the GR86 with the GTR engine.
そのマシンの熟成度としてはどうでしょうね。富士走ってませんから。ただ
すごいですよね。作りたてでもうこの位置にいるって。
そうですね。シミュレーターの話が先ほど支配人の方からありましたけど、まあ横にね全開レーシングってシミュレーター屋さんのメーカーさんがね入ってましたから、やっぱそういうところのサポートももらって、いろいろこう若者らしい練習をしてるんでしょうね。
そうですね。今はもう本当にそのどういうトレーニングがしたいかっていうのをシミュレーターさんにこう言ってでプログラムをして
They're talking about Sobagiri getting support from a simulator company. And Sobagiri coming up from, believe it or not, remote control car drifting, then into simulators, and then into the real thing. It's a bit of a difference to how it used to be back in the day. Saturday night, 3 a.m. on the mountains to the circuit to Pro Drifter. The path now is the bedroom to the track. The results are undeniable. Sobagiri, always a very solid driver.
心理的には厄介な相手は早く倒しとこうっていう気持ちはね出ますからね。
逆にここでそば切りを倒すことで松山北斗としては調子に乗りますからね。はい。さあその逆のそば切りも同じです。
Fresh builds for 2024, both of these cars. Leading this, Matsuyama in the Corolla. Here we go, first run. Sobagiri right on his tail from the beginning of the run. Here we go.
さあ松山北斗がセクター1入っていく。さあここのクリッピングポイントも綺麗に取っていきます。さあここまでの走り見ていてどうですか？
そうですね。ちょっとやっぱお互いにまだまだその車が出入口に入ってない感じがあって、一コーナーのこう進入の角度の付け方とかはお互い探ってる感じです。
A bit of an interesting run. I think both of them not really going all out on this run. Neither the lead or the chase. So you can see the chase car cuts the inside of the course. That's okay. The chase car can do that. Matsuyama very early on the throttle too. Getting away a bit, denying Sobagiri those chase points. A little bit of a damp run overall from these two. It wasn't, there was no real attack from either one, except maybe right at the end there you can see, watch this from the top down, lead car. Matsuyama really gets on the accelerator hard, smoke pouring out the back. He starts to get away. Sobagiri left behind a little bit. Chat says, gapped by a Corolla. Imagine getting gapped by a Corolla, although these brand new Corollas are pretty fast, honestly. Sobagiri 4 proximity points on top of a 95. So total score, they're only 1 point advantage. Now don't forget, if you're brand new to watching the D1 Grand Prix, that doesn't mean Sobagiri did better in the run. See, it kind of balances out. As a chase car, you're going to get scored lower, but for proximity, you get those points back. That's how it works. So usually when you're in the chase, you want to come out of that at least 4 or 5 points ahead of the lead car if you can. You want to match the lead run. You want to get the same base score and then proximity points on top of that. Yeah, if you haven't gone for a ride in a GR Corolla and you have the chance, I recommend it. It's crazy how fast modern cars are, even the ones which aren't meant to be all that fast.
熊久保さん、この入れ替えて、そば切りとしてはもう逃げるしかない。もう逃げるしかないね。もう先行のいい走りをするしかない。
Oh, it's got a little spike of viewers there, so I'd just like to say welcome to all the viewers here on YouTube. Thank you for joining us here. It's currently just before 4 in the afternoon here, and we are at Okuibuki for round 1 of D1 Grand Prix. Here we go. Next battle. This time Sobagiri in the lead, only 1 point advantage. Matsuyama kind of shallow in the angle. Here we go. Watch this battle.
この白煙で前が見えない中振り返して
先行はいいですね。そうですね。お互いやっぱり車が新しいだけか後追いの時にいまいちこうなんだろう自分の思う通りに動いてない。
It's kind of interesting watching this. You've got to remember both of these cars are brand new builds. Unlike some other drivers, for example, Yokoi, who's been campaigning the same car for a long time, he's very familiar. These are new builds to these guys. They haven't driven these cars before to any great extent. The chase drivers just seem to be a little bit hesitant to get that close to the lead car. Oh, this could go either way. Chase car there. Matsuyama very shallow in the angle. He's quite close, but kind of shallow. And once again, as we get down to the end of the connector, big flick from lead car Sobagiri. He was quite close though. 100.7 to 99. Now we don't have one more time battles in the top 16. That's such a close result there. What a close result there. 198.7 to 198. So the winner in the GR Corolla, Matsuyama. Yeah, he did get a bit aggressive there towards the end. Just, I think it might have paid off for him.
はい、残念なような、ちょっと嬉しいような。
Very close.
正直ですね。正直ですね。
なんとも言えない。わかります？
So usually that would be a one more time in the best 8 onwards, but we don't have them in the top 16. We just take the result. So remember, this is all judged by a computerized system, so we can just take the number as it is. Very close. Yeah. Normally, if that was a normal competition, probably want to see it one more time there. Just to get a definite. If you wanted a definite result, if you're the type of competition you wanted a real definite result. But then again, we have the numbers, so there you go. Yeah, so we can have if the points are within 1 point, like we had there, in the best 8 onwards, we can have a one more time battle.
そのまま GP 仕様にステップアップしたっていう感じの仕様で、
まあまずは乗り慣れた車で
新車に乗れるなら新車には乗ってみたいですけど。
Our next battle coming up now. Yukio Matsui on screen right now, the FD RX-7, built by Ari Amamiya, the legendary rotary workshop in Tokyo. Are they in Tokyo? Are they in Chiba? I think they're in Chiba, actually. My mistake. And he's up against Tetsuya Hibino. On screen right now in the GR86, warming up those front tyres by scrubbing them, by understeering them. Now warming up the rears by weaving back and forth, under power and on the brakes. rolling burnout?
ホイールスピンをしていく。
どうなんですかね。芝タイヤはやっぱり熱を入れた方がいいですかね。
そうです
もしかするとね、
ね。
熱を結構多めに入れた方が。
タイヤの話で言うと、この対戦は芝タイヤ対
And
決。
someone in chat pointed out, yeah, we didn't hear the RX-7 in qualifying. I don't know why.
めちゃくちゃ温めてないですよね。
Don't worry, I'm always going into bat for chat's behalf. I always tell them we need more car audio. We need to hear these cars more. I want to hear them more, honestly, because I'm not there right now. Usually I'm there and I can just take my headphones off and hear them and enjoy the mount. Do
タイヤ
that.
ハウスとかの加工ってやってなかったんで、フロント18拍と当たってしまうっていうのがあって、はい、
なるほど。
今はね、もう18
So Matsui,
ただまあやっぱり同じことですよね。19インチを履くってことは。
you've been banging on the glass or on the plastic, I should say, right there.
さあ松井幸雄対日比野哲也。まもなく両者が。
All right, here we go. This is going to be a pretty hot battle. Matsui hasn't had the greatest of seasons recently, although he did quite well this morning in qualifying. Let's see if he can keep that pace up. Here we go. First battle.
はい。さあどうだ。ちょっとふらりとしましたね。さあ振り返して4セクター入っていきます。日比野がここで近づいてくる。さあ松井優君も角度をつけて両者がフィニッシュラインを通過をしていきました。
松井選手が乾燥の時と違って、なんか車が止まっちゃいがちですよね。
そうですね。
今2セクでもこの先で1回、これ角度つけちゃったんですね。
そうですね。
You can see right there the lead car had a little bit of a stall up. He was trying not to get a penalty by missing that inside zone there, or trying to avoid going through it. On the inside, Chase car Hibino did a great job just checking up a little bit. Watch this, watch the lead car. Hits that outer zone, tires through the zone, starts to over-rotate a bit. You can see his hands in the cockpit there, working the steering wheel. Chase car does a great job checking up, staying behind him, once again diving in on the top, the bottom part of the track. Lead car through the zone, Chase car not through the zone. They don't need to do that. We just want to see them door to door.
なんですけど、日比野選手ちょっと詰まった感じが見えたんですけど、ドライバーシー的には。Even with that little loss of drift there, 98, Hibino 95, a little bit low, but great chase points, a 7. That's a good result for Hibino. Maybe would have liked a bit of a better base score, but now it's his job to lead this run. Matsui in the chase. How aggressive is Matsui going to get? Here we go.
これで勝負を決めるんでしょうか。松井幸雄がちょっと離れたな。そしてイン入ってしまった。さあちょっと前が見えなくなると非常に厳しくなってきます。離れれば離れるほど状況悪くなりますよね。さあこれは完全に日比野が逃げる状態です。いやこれは日比野単走としても非常にいい走りでしたね。
Oh, now what went wrong on this run for the chase car? He went in quite shallow there, and it just looks like he got his line completely wrong. And see, that's the problem. Once you lose the lead car, you've just lost them. There's no way to recover after that. Matsui, once again, self-error. Watch this. He goes in really shallow here, and then ends up going out very wide all the way to the wall. Loses a bit of visibility in the smoke there. That's not a great place to be. This is why if you can stay right on the tail of the lead car, the amount of time you spend being lost in smoke is a lot less. And that's it. Hibino. He's generally quite fast as a lead driver. Not entirely sure why Matsui took that line. I think maybe he thought it was a strategy for catching up and staying there, but it just threw him completely off. That's a shame there. Matsui losing that battle against Hibino, and he'll be moving through to the best 8.
さあ続いては上野貴弘対山中真央ということで、これ多分今 D1 グランプリ今回出てる中では最重量の車になってくるんじゃないですかね。
Alright, we go next battle now. This is the age gap battle. I need to look up how old
野村選
Ueno
手、
is.
山中選手登場ですよ。
I don't have a.
はい。
Do we have
応援しつつ
the guidebook? No, we
出
don't.
走前に言ったんですけど、
はい
ベスト8以上は行くなよっていうふうに言ってます。
じゃあ、あなたその前に予選通りなさいよ。ねえ。さあ、ベスト
Chat
8
says
以上。
Matsui self-sabotage as usual. Yeah, there are several drivers in Darwin Grand Prix who are masters of the self-sabotage, and
はいまあちょっと
unfortunately
気持ち的に
Matsui is one of them.
心からの応援っていうのはちょっと
You can kind of forgive the drivers for self-sabotaging often if they actually get good results, like for example Yokoi does. But Matsui, it never really seems to pay off.
一緒に D1 を盛り上げていきたいという気持ちが強い。
Right, our next battle now, Mao Yamanaka
この山中選手の走りをどう
versus Takahiro Ueno.
ですが
Yamanaka rolling up now in the A90 Supra.
どう見ますか？
そうですね。山中選手は先行はか
Chat
なり
says, how old am I? I am 43. So he's older than me, I know
追
that.
走がまだ経験が多分ないと思うので。どう
Wiki says Ueno is 52. There you go. Thank you, Chat. Ueno, 52. Yamanaka Mao, he's like 20 something.
逆に言えば上野選手は、予選では下ですけど、勝つ可能性も高いんじゃないですか。そうですね。はい、
さあ先行山中真央ですからまずは上野貴弘が後追いということで、
Ueno always out there in the luxury Grand Tourer car. He's gone through several cars over the years, of course, starting off with these legendary red Sora. He drove a BMW. He's actually the first person to drive a BMW in Darwin Grand Prix. And he's out there today in this Lexus. Here we go, first battle.
おお、入っていく上野貴弘どうでしょうか。山中真央に対してどうだ、ここからいけるか引いて刺す。おお、持ってく。ちょっと今ブレーキが強かったな。減速が多かった分少し車のマシンの流れが止まりました。
でも、一石の飛び込みまではもうお手本中のお手本じゃないですか。はい、いい位置に必ずいて、はい。
Oh, he's still got it though. Look at this, the chase driver, Ueno. Maybe not being as aggressive as we'd like to see. We want to see a bit more aggression in these battles, but he is reacting very quickly to the lead car. Bit of a stall right there. You can see he got a bit too hard on the brakes. Mao Yamanaka putting down a good lead run. That's a very nice chaseable run. Right through the middle of the zones there. Important to keep your speed up after that inside clip. Oh, right there.
さあ野村選手、山中選手走り終えましたが1本目を見ていかがでしょうか。
はい、両者すごいいい走りしてたと思うんですけど、上野選手は年で言うと多分。
It'd be good if we could hear what. It's apparently quite windy there. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Couldn't quite hear what he was saying. Score of the first run: Ueno 94 with 11.7. And Yamanaka with a 97, so that's 11.7 proximity points. Good job. Nice work there for Ueno. So that's a 8.7 point difference. That's pretty good. That's a healthy point difference going into the chase. Sorry, going into the lead now for the black Lexus of Ueno.
さあ今度は入れ替えて先行が上野貴弘、後追いが山中真央。さあニュータイプミレニアム5の山中真央、どういう追走を見せるのか。さあ両者が動き出しました。
Right, here we go, second run. This time Ueno leading. Yamanaka has to put in a big effort. He's going to have to dive in and stay with Ueno the entire way. Because this first corner very long, a lot of points to be earned. Oh, he's being left behind him. He's trying to catch up.
Oh, さあ、
ここドンピシャでしたね。
Did a pretty good job.
ここも綺麗に入っていきます。
Look at that. He's with the lead car for a long time. See, that's your opportunity on this track. Your biggest opportunity when cars are at angle and driving through the sweepers. It's easier to stick there. Much easier to stick there than it is when cars are transitioning, like they are through the middle connector and also at the very end of the track.
後追い時の角度もありましたから。
そうですね。
There's a big gap in points going into this
野
run.
村選手、非常にいい追走を山中選手がしましたけども、
What do you think,
今
chat?
嫉妬の気持ちでいっぱいですね。
いや、やっぱ
Oh, that could be
同じ
fairly
ミレニ
close.
アム5でしたっけ？
はい、
何でしたっけ？
Lee car being nice and aggressive as well.
今度は誇らしいんだ。
はい。
さあ、やはり取りましたね。
これはやっぱドスがやっぱ90。
はい。さあ、
Okay, 9.7 on top of a 94.
あ、やっぱり
And
そうだ。
there you go. There's the score there.
同じ
Yamanaka in the
ポイントがかなり
Supra,
出て
a
きましたね。
200.7.
227ポイントという
And
ことで。
Ueno, a 202.7, the winner in the Lexus.
よしよし、やめなさい。
The day one.
今回新車両を作るにあたっ
will be
て
moving through.
上野さんにリアラジエーターのファンシュラウドを提供いただいたんですよ。
はいはいはい。
なので、めちゃくちゃ嬉しいです。
いやー、とはいえ今の勝負はね、山中真央行くかなと思ったけど上野高弘でしたね。
そうですね。
はい
後追いは上野選手の方が近かったのかな。
まあ、遠いポイントでかなり、そして今セルが回っているぞ。これもエンジンかかんないぞ。
Right, our next battle is going to be Mitsuru Murakami and Daigo Saito, but
またちょっと
Murakami
先ほどの
currently trying to start his car and it is not cranking. I mean, it's cranking, but it's not firing.
ちなみに予選の時に三好選手が右コーナーで少し減速してたのを覚えてます。やっぱりガス欠みたいですね。
ガス欠
ガソリン入れて
入れ忘れ
ガソリン代払ってなかったみたいですね。
入れ忘れ
入れ忘れなのか。
Are they saying he's out of fuel?
でも偏りなのかですね。はい。
結構あるあるですよね、それ。
やっぱりドライバーとしてはこう目三角形になってくると忘れちゃいますよね、皆さんね。燃料は入ってるもんだと思ってますもんね。
はい。で、D1 車両とかって、まあ、車によってはいろいろあると思うんですけど、意外とその燃料ゲージがなかったりとかするっていうのが結構あると思って。
そうかそうか。
ですね、僕の車も燃料ゲージついてないからどれぐらい入ってるかっていうのが分かんなくてすごい不便なんで、これ終わった後に付け替えようかなと思ってます。
なるほど。
Apparently the car is indeed out of fuel.
チーム体制が
And we have
慣れてると、もう燃料は誰が入れるって。
We have Keiichi Nomura there talking about the fact that he's saying my car doesn't have a fuel gauge. Most of these cars don't have a fuel gauge, so you're always a bit worried about it. Always sometimes forgetting to put fuel in it. We're gonna say it, chat. I don't know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
忙しかったりして。意外にこうドライバーがやらなきゃいけないドライバーがった車の部分が抜けちゃったりする。
How do you forget to put fuel in it? I can probably see. Honestly, I could see how that could happen. That's very easy. And they have, they have fuel cells. But it's that thing, right? It's like someone had that one job, right? You had one job. No way did Murakami make it to the top 16 to forget to put fuel in it. Come on, no way.
そうですね。いや諦めちゃってる。
There's no way. Of course, they're not allowed to touch the car mechanically once they're called up. And no way. That's what? No, they won't let them fuel up. See, that's the point. Is once the car is called up to the line, it can't be touched. At least you can't be touched by a mechanic.
パーコレーション起こったりして今度空気を燃料吸わなくて空気吸っちゃったりする。 ポンプが
The push of shame back to the pits. That's no way that just happened. Murakami, he just lost his chance to go up against Daigo Saito.
これもうスタッフが押しているということは、でもこれ予選はダメでしたけど、これまで5分間ルールとかあるんですかね。ありますね。5分間ルールありますね。追走は。
5分に入るんですかね。
多分ここから一旦でも燃料ポンプ壊れてたらアウトですけどね。
さすがに5分で交換は無理ですよね。
無理ですね。
はい、
さあここからただ斉藤大
Well, if it is, if the car is out of fuel, and we don't know, we didn't get confirmation. If the car is out of fuel, or it's just not getting fuel, so they're going to have to call a 5-minute.
ということで、僕も昨年ですね、実はイベントに1回行かせていただいたんですよ。
はい。
可
The
能性を秘
drivers,
めたスキー場の
each
駐
driver
車場ですよ
does
ね。
get a timeout that they can call.
いろいろ使い道がある。
はい。面白そうな。
実はここの奥吹のスキー場って、多分スキー場の
And
中でも
that probably means he's going to miss out on his warm-up run as well.
今多分日本一のはずなんですよ。
なんか10何メーター雪が降るって書いてありましたね。
Anyway, not 100% confirmed. I mean, look, we didn't get 100% confirmation. It could be a fuel pump fuse, could be anything. He could be out of fuel. It is something that happens. Pretty sure I've seen it happen before when a car was mid-run and it ran out of fuel.
ああ、なるほど。
Yeah, we need the tennis ball back. We need to see the tennis ball versus Daigo. Big bully Daigo in the Supra. Love the new livery on the car.
中にもどっかに映ってくると思うんですけど、必ず奥伊吹のスタッフの方がこれ飾っていいですか？見せたくて飾って。
Daigo will have to do a solo run. That is the rule.
でも本当に皆さんね、ドリフトなんかも大好きで、通常これ大会行われてますけど、普通にもイベントでね、いろんなミーティングとか、
あとはそのジムカーナで使ったりとか、いろんなその車のイベントで、あとオフ会で使ったりしてます。
さあ野村選手、
つい先週は、はい野村です。
どうぞどうぞ。ちなみに
つい先週はですね、ドリドレっていうイベントがあってましたね。結構それも大きい、こういう競技じゃないにしても、
So he's now back in the pit.
系のイベント。
So normally, if there was something that they could repair, it would just be a 5-minute rule called now. But he looks like he's taking his time taking off his Hans device and his harness, so looks like he's given up.
めちゃくちゃいっぱいいます。
めちゃくちゃいっぱいいる。
Someone in chat said, "Have you seen the price of fuel lately?"
あと追走いい走りしたらすごい拍手喝采で、会場の雰囲気が結構一体になってますね。
はい。会場一体
Someone in chat says, "Music disrespectful."
はい、盛り上がってます。
What, you want them to play sad music? Would that be better?
これヘルメット。
Let's play some violin music. Is that yeah?
はい。
Although this music does sound like an ad for I don't know, breakfast cereal or something.
そうですね。
Hipster xylophone clap music.
車もスーツも
That's an actual genre.
すごい目立ちます。
そうですね。さあ今
虫が寄ってきそうな。
そして斉藤大吾選手ですね。
So that guy with the glasses there.
いやこれは
He's our start line marshal Fukuda, also former D1 Grand Prix driver. So he knows what he's doing.
はい。そうですね。
5-minute craft music for the 5-minute break. I love chat. They just write all my they just ghostwrite all the best comments.
ちなみにあれですか？これ今5分間ルールやってますけど、5分間ルールのなんか支配に思い出って何かあったりしますか？
All right, we should probably be having this battle move forward pretty soon. All right, there we go. That's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. Didn't make it back to the start line. And Daigo is just doing his solo run. He's just taking it easy. He's going for a bit of a tire scrub. That's a good idea. Yeah, just going for a front tire scrub. We'll take it easy, Daigo. And there we go over the finish line. So if a car does retire due to mechanical issues, the other car does need to complete the course just to prove that they are also mechanically able to move. Look at this, he's still in the car. What do you do?
ああ、そっか、諦めてますね。今、そうですね、斉藤大吾選手も一回走りましたもんね。
Looks like they're going through the startup procedure to see what's not working. So it might not be the fact that he's out of fuel, it just might be some other kind of issue. Fuel pumps breaking is a very common thing to happen. Of course, when you have small fuel tanks and cars sitting still for a while, the fuel can get quite hot. The fuel pumps can overheat and fail quite easily. Daigo back to the start line for the second run. It doesn't look like that Murakami is in any rush to do anything right now. So hopefully we can just move forward. And there you can see that motion there. He said he went out to, he drove out to the grid and the car went bleh. And you don't want the car to go bleh. Right, start line. Marshall there explaining to Daigo what he needs to do just to avoid any rule infractions or anything. Just do one more run. And Daigo's like, okay. Alright, so just one more solo run for Daigo. This is his little exhibition run. He can do whatever he wants as long as he completes the course without trouble. Yeah, no reason to go too crazy. Remember, they do have a limited amount of tyres available to them for the weekend, or at least for each round. Yeah, a bit of a wave to the crowd. There you go. And winner of that battle, moving through to the best 8, Daigo Saito. That's a shame there for Murakami. Car dying right before he got to the start line, either out of fuel or just something wrong with the fuel system.
上選手、何があったかお言葉いただいてもいいでしょうか。
多分燃料ポンプかな。
He seems to think it was the fuel pump.
まあ大方ですね。ちょっとずつなんか。
We had that problem with another driver this morning as well.
の2本目もあんま吹けなくてみたいな。 ギリギリっすね。なんとか持ってたんですけど。
We're asking if he's going to get it repaired for tomorrow.
なおでなんで止まるんですか。いやいや直してください。そこは村上選手直してください。
Why are you waiting to answer? Just fix it. This is that period when after a car breaks you don't really want to think about. I mean, look, there's no reason to rush right now, so just might as well just let it marinate for a while and go, well, look, I'll just think about it later. Let's just clear my head. All right, next 2 drivers going out now. This is Yumeto Hatanaka on screen right now, the JZX100 Chaser. Last year in D1 Grand Prix, smashed into the wall during practice of the first round, completely riding off the car. It set him back a lot. Didn't really make it out too much last year. He's back this season with a brand new car. And he'll be going up against Kojiro Mekawa. He's a former D1 Lights champion. Came into D1 Grand Prix and immediately started knocking down some of the big boys. That was in his 180SX. He's out there today in the Eurofighter body-kitted E92 BMW with a Toyota 2JZ. He's up against Yumeto in the JZX100 Chaser, also 2JZ.
かなり経験も豊富で、ライツとかでもすごい上手だったので、ちょっと若者がここでどこまで食いつけるかなっていうのはちょっと見ものだと思います。そうですね。さあ両者動き出しました。まずはメクワコーチ。
Ready, we go first run. Mekawa in the BMW will be leading this first run, being chased by Hatanaka. Here we go, first battle.
さあメクワ幸次郎しっかりとただ畑中ついてきましたね。
随分近いところ来ましたね。
さあ一気に詰めてきました。そしてもう一度アクセルを踏んでいくと畑中の車の方が前に進んでいきます。さあさあドリフトスターの畑中夢と、はい、ここですね。
Let's watch this run from top down.
一気に詰め寄ってきます。
Oh, very close there. Early on the accelerator, you can see the chase car cut across the inside of the track. That's okay, they can do that. The lead car is the one that needs to keep it on course and hit all those zones. Chase car just needs to concentrate on getting door to door. And Hatanaka doing a good job of it. Catching up to the lead car. Look at this, right up against the door, parallel side by side. Starts to let the lead car get away a bit, just enough to switch back. The lead car there, Mekuwa, doing a good job to keep his average speed up throughout the entire course. It's a solid chase run from the JZX 100. Two big body cars, one four-door, one two-door.
もう後ろがもう走りやすそうな感じが見て取れます。
And Hatanaka, base score of 96 versus Mekuwa's 98. It's a good base score and 7 proximity points. So a 5-point gap difference, not a bad place to be for Hatanaka in the chaser going into this next battle.
ただ後ろでどうしても2点しか下がってないですよね。96点なので、やっぱり角度がついてたっていうのが結構大きい。そうですね。あんだけ最初離れちゃうと、どうしても角度を薄くついていこうとしちゃって、ロスが93とか94になってしまうんで、それがないので。
So lead car Mekuwa
分かった状態で入ってきてると。
Generally driving a little bit more aggressive than he does here in the BMW. He seemed to take it kind of easy. He had a lot of bad luck last season with this car.
さあ今度は入れ替えて先行が畑中夢と、そして後
Not
追
the
いが
typical Mekuwa aggression that we usually see.
点数的には畑中が後追いポイント113点。
So Hatanaka in the chaser. He'll be chasing on this run. So he'll be leading on this run in the chaser. How aggressive is Mekuwa going to get? Here we go, second battle.
さあここが早かったんですけれども、どうだ来ましたね。さあ同じような遠いですが、ちょっとメクワ幸次郎、そして今畑中もアウトがいけなかった。はい。ちょっとラインが小さいような感じがありました。
Oh, and a little bit of a spin there over the finish line. All right, so quite a few mistakes for the lead car Hatanaka. Watch this. So, beginning of the run, quite good. Hits that zone, he's holding big angle. Inside zone there. Ty needs to go through it. Now watch this flick. He flicks it a bit too much. He gets on the accelerator too early. As a result, the car pushes forward from the wheel spin. He misses that zone, and also right here just slows down quite a lot over the finish line. Mekuwa having to jump on the brakes, knocks off his rear bumper and skids to a halt, trying to avoid that rock wall there. So watch it from the top down.
さあ野村選手、どうでしょうか、現地でご覧いただいて、今の勝負は。
そうですね、今現地は結構気温が下がってきてて、風が強くて、多分路面温度も結構下がってると思うんですよ。だから多分ドライバー的には多分自分が思ってるほどのグリップが来てないような感じがします。だからちょっとラインが違ったりとか、最後の
So that would have been a 98, knocks him down to a 96.
そういうこともあるのかなと思います。
Mekuwa, 8.7 proximity points, not too bad.
3.7ということで、これはメクワが201点ということでベスト8進出。
So if Hatanaka hadn't have jumped on the accelerator so early and come up short on the bottom half of the track, he wouldn't have got that 2 proximity point, that 2 zone point error, 2-point zone penalty. There you go, that's the combination of words I was trying to think of. And he would have won that. There you go. It all comes down to making 0 mistakes.
畑中夢ともミレニアム5に入りそうなぐらい若そうな感じがしますけど、
20歳ぐらいじゃなかった
ね、ですよね、だってお父さん、畑中、あれ、野村選手、畑中夢と選手って何歳ぐらいなんですか？
21歳とか22歳とか
そうですね。
Alright, second last battle in the top 16. We have Kano versus Mori. So Hiroki Kano leading his first run in the S15 Sylvia, being chased by Takahiro Mori from GP Sports. The GP Sports 180SX. Brand new livery this season. The Naoki style, red and purple. And we have Hiroki coming up to the start line right now. Hiroki Kano. Blue and white Rocket Bunny S15 Sylvia.
まずはカノはずっと4ドアで走っていた選手。
And Mori in the 180SX. This car painted by Naoki Nakamura himself. You can probably tell by the color scheme.
先行はカノ、そして後追いが森です。
So the higher scoring qualifying driver is the one who generally leads the first battle. At least that's how it works in D1 Grand Prix. So Kano leading this run, Mori in the chase. Here we go, first battle.
さあまずセクター1に入ってきます。カノ角度をつけてきました。森がちょっと角度をちょっとこれは
Oh, and a big collision. Yeah, that's a shutter down, Chief. That wheel ain't going anywhere. Kano colliding with the wall. That's the first big one we've seen this weekend so far. And that's going to be a freebie to Mori. Yeah, that's a big hit. Driver should be okay. He's just sitting in the car waiting for the recovery to head over to him. Here we go, let's watch the replay. A bit of a weird bounce there on the entry. There you go, it all comes down to Millicek. Look, he was trying to keep it going. He's just doing his best effort. That's not the right replay. Let's see if we can get the right replay going. Okay, we have the recovery over there. Gonna have to skull drag this car off the track.
現地はみんなシーンとしてますね。残念そうな運ばれていく加野選手の車を呆然と見つめているようなそんな感じです。
やはり野村選手から見ていても、加納選手1コーナー少しこうフラッとした瞬間に
Looks like one of those cars where they cut the body off and mount it on backwards.
そうですね。
It steers from the front
この Okuibuki のこの
or
コ
from the
ースレイア
rear.
ウト自体なんですけど、やっぱそのフロントが割と起き上がってきやすいようなコースレイアウトになってて、意外とその1コーナーでまあまあ思い切っていかないと。
It's not meant to do that. Yeah, that's a big hit there, just bending the suspension. If Kano's lucky, it's just going to be a few arms, maybe a knuckle that needs replacement, and a few little bits of bit of work with the hammer. Some new fiberglass, it should be okay.
ちょっと当たっちゃったんですけど、ひるまずにそのままアクセルで押し込んでったら意外と角度で旋回してて、ちょっと当たっちゃったんですけど、
There is a 0% chance that car gets repaired in 5 minutes. So Kano will be knocked out. Takahiro Mori, Mr. Average, so named for his consistently average performance in qualifying. He doesn't qualify as much as he does. You got to lift up the little lever and then stretch them out. There you go.
あとはちょっと角度が足んなかったりすると、フロントがね戻される、リアに押されてフロントが戻されるっていう、カウンターは当たってるんですけど、アンダーステアに近い状態で角度が戻ってきちゃう状況が起きるんです。で多分今それが起きたんですけど、それをもう一回カウンターを当て直して角度をつけたんですけども、ラインがずれてるんでそのままケツが当たっちゃったって感じですね。そういうことですね。
確かにセクター1飛び込んでる最中。
ありがとうございます。
解説ってのは
I think what they're going to do is just get a couple of dollies under
はい、勉強になりました。
the wheels.
走りも喋りも勉強になります。
はい。
多分要因とすれば、そのエアをちょっと下げすぎ、っていう追走になるとやっぱどうしても下げたくなるんですけど、ちょっと下げすぎてで進入で角度がつききんなかったっていう可能性はありますよね。はい。
まあ今のそのドリフト車両の特性ですけれども、とにかく切れ角って言ってカウンターがね。
Yeah, let's remember that the first outer zone is right on the wall, and they are throwing their car at said wall
そうですね。
at a reasonable amount of speed.
あとはもうどうしても進入の角度がやっぱり
I think at some point we are going to see a replay of the. I can see the suspension there snapped in half.
今みたいなことが起きるので、でも迷いを生じないためには練習走行の時にセッティング
Of course, that's what you want if you can have the suspension take all the impact for you, and it leaves the subframe and the mounts unbroken. That's always ideal. It's a lot easier to replace arms than it is to replace the more inside parts of the car, or to try and twist the car chassis back straight.
あと多分ね、今回もしかしたら今の加納選手は
And Kano minus 30 there. Crash and unable to get off the track. Mori there, 18. Good enough. Good enough.
荷重が抜けちゃう。ちょっとあった記憶があるんですけど、多分その辺で車にちょっと動きが変な動きが出ちゃったのかもしれないですよね。
なるほど。さあ。これでも今のクラッシュの度合いですと、アームも完璧に割れて折れてましたからね。あれ治りますかね、これ。
あれが全部アームで吸収してれば、アームの交換で治るんですけど。
What I'd like to do is have a look at the replay of that run with Kano and Mori, because when Kano entered, there's a split second you can see the front of the car kind of wobble around, and it's just that split second that resulted in the car just traveling a bit too far forward, and it hit the wall. And there you go, official result there. Mr. Average Mori from GP Sports gets the win and moves through to the best 8.
いやでもあっという間にベスト16も、7組まで終了して残すところは
Someone doesn't know how a Gojek works. Yeah, I noticed that.
田中聖美選手ですよ。
I mean, honestly, if you just jack up the car and just chuck them underneath, it's probably just as fast.
スタートしてからの直角を曲がったストレート、振り出すまでの距離感が
A quick sweep of the track with the K truck.
来ると思うんですよ。なぜなら
There we go back to the pits.
1セクターで3点を取りたいはずなんです。その先はお互いに
All right, Kano will have until tomorrow morning to get that car repaired.
点の取り合いになるような気がするんですよね。
確かに。さあ野村選手今、熊久保さんが
As long as he has
世
the
界一の
parts,
点
it
の取り合いという
shouldn't
話があり
be
ましたが、続いての
too
横井
much of
選
an
手対
issue.
田中聖美選手、この対決どう見ますか？
Unlike the fuel pump problems we've had so far, at least if you can see what's bent, you can replace it easily. When you have electrical problems, yeah, you can't see them generally.
横井選手も田中聖美選手もリーガル出身ですからね、野村選手の大先輩ですよ。
そうですね。はい、大先輩です。でもまあいつかこういう選手たちをね戦わないといけない日が来るって考えると。
All right, here we go. Final battle of the best 16. This is going to be a good one. These two are old school rivals from back in the day. West Japan, Yokoi versus Tanaka.
やはりフロント温めますね。
Both of these cars, S15 Sylvia, 2JZ, Yokoi, championship winner Tanaka, had a shot at the championship last year, let it slip out of his hands. So out of these two, we have one guy in the first run in the chase with something to prove. Yokoi in the lead, doesn't want to lose to his old rival. Should be a good first battle.
そう松井選手だ。松井幸雄選手の時ですね。
日比野選手の時ですよね。
だからそれで言うと田中聖美選手はそれが分かっていて、
リアをしっかり温
めてというところでしょうか。さあやはり熊久保さんの注目をすべきセクター1の飛び込み、
そうですね、
ここの3点の取り合いですね。
ここで3点取れるかどうかが、勝負の分かれ目になるような気がするんですよね。
そういうことですね。
この2人の場合は。
さあ先行が横井正史、後追いが田中聖美ということで、 まあお互いにもう名阪を走ってどういう選手かとはもう十分分かってるものですからね。
Chat talking about tall, sharp girl.
2から先は
Don't know how tall they actually are. If they're all the same height, they look tall.
セクター1で3を取れるかどうか。
はいはい。さあ
Wait, do we have Nav? Are you in chat?
先行横井正史、後追いが田中聖美。
Is there a promo girl socials like page on D1GrandPrix.com?
おお、来ましたね。
.co.jp. Alright, here we go. First battle between Yokoi and Tanaka. Oh, Yokoi tagged the wall there.
田中聖美でもよく見てましたね、今の。さあ、このセクター4、セクター5を終えてきました。
多分後ろから見てて、それ曲がれるのかって多分田中選手は思ってたんだと思う。
Alright, first round there you can see the back of Yokoi's car. Watch the lead car here as they come out towards the wall. Fairly shallow angle though. He waited a long time to rotate that rear end. As soon as he had to rotate that rear end to try and get the car around the corner, smacking the concrete wall. Bit of damage there in the rear. He keeps it going though. Let's watch this. This is from inside the lead car. Yokoi turns it in. Oh, he's backhanding the steering wheel there, so that wasn't maybe his exact plan. Quick reaction there to keep the car drifting. So we don't have immediate zeros if we see the front tires straighten up.
で今回の開幕戦の予選を見てると、なんか吹っ切れたところがあるのか
Chase car, Seimi Tanaka, the red S15 Sylvia, not really phased by that. He just sort of kept going. Didn't even really seem to need to check up. The car didn't lose a whole lot of speed in the lead. There we go. Let's watch this from the top down. Chase car with the matching actually better angle right now. He flicks the rear out a little bit to try and slow down. That's great car control. Stomps on the accelerator, goes across the inside a little bit. That's okay. Chase car can cut the course a little bit. And once again, slides up against the lead car, the bottom part of the track, and over the finish line.
さあ、今、横井選手のピットに入ってきました。急ピッチで修復がされていますが、さあ、野村選手、
はい、
今の対決ご覧いただいていかがでしょう。
はい、横井選手、結構奥で振っちゃったんですけど、角度がつききらないっていうのもあって、あと、やっぱ路面かなり冷えてるんじゃないかなって感じます。
グリップ感を感じないんですね。
そうですね、多分結構滑ってるんじゃないかな。僕だったらこの路面でいきなり行けって言われたらちょっと躊躇しちゃうかな。
それぐらい。
Alright, so we have Keiichi Nomura talking about track surface right now. He's saying it appears to be quite slippery.
僕ならいけると思います。
僕、いやでも予選取ってませんから。
確かに。そういえばそうでしたね。はい。
So maybe the track surface isn't quite as hot as the drivers are expecting.
Of
course, it isn't exactly a racing track level surface. This is it's a car park. The difference between a real racing surface, an actual racetrack surface, and something like this is the amount of ballast. That's what you call the rocks in concrete. Is much higher here for it's for drainage purposes usually. So it tends to wear down the tires a lot. And it provides a kind of a different grip experience to a smoother racing surface. It's a little bit more inconsistent. And it does kind of drop off if it does get cold or wet.
まあでも田中聖美選手も本当によく見てましたね。やる気満々で突っ込んでってちゃんと
ち
ょっと離されたじゃないですか。あれがこうそうしたの。
なるほど。
Couple of rolls of tape, we're good. Yokoi back to the start line.
確かに。さあ横井正史。
It's a big mistake for Yokoi in the lead. He smacked the wall. He's on the back foot here because leading this run now will be Seimi Tanaka, who has the advantage after that first run.
今度は入れ替えて先行田中聖美、後追い横井正史となっていきます。もう横井としてはもうフルマーク取るぐらいの勢いでいかないともう無理ですからね。
All right, here we go. Next run now. Tanaka, the red is 15 leading. Yokoi in the chase. Here we go.
ラインをクロスして立ち上がっていきます。さあどうだ、2台が入ってくる。やってくる横井正史、どうでしょうか。逃げる田中聖美。
これが3点だぜ。
そうですね。さあ振り返してセクター4へと入っていきます。横井がどうでしょうか。ちょっと田中聖美ラインが流れている。そうですね。
さすがに逆転まではいかないですけど、横井選手はもう負けるなら、
そうですね。
This could go the other way around. Watch this chase car. Yokoi really bullying the lead. That's going to be a penalty there. He missed that out of zone, and maybe that one too.
ここがちょっとお互いに。
Yokoi pretty good when it comes to bullying lead cars and making them do what he wants them to do.
15点満点です。
All right, here we go. It's the lead. Sorry, it's the chase car. Yokoi once again.
9点。
You're that close enough you can't even see the bumper.
いってますかね、13点。
12、3点いってそうな気がします。
12、3点いってると結構いい勝負になっちゃいますよね。さっき90、横井選手90。
Nice and close in that flick back there. Down a gear.
でも11点差か。
そう。
先行で今もしかしたらゾーン外しをして。
Oh, this could come down to missing the zones for the lead car. Watch this once again. Lead car needs to put a tire through that zone. Watch this.
そうですよね。
Misses it.
セクター1も取ってないんじゃないですか。田中聖美。
And a -2 to 96.
ですね。
Oh, this could go the other way around. Yokoi may have scraped his way back.
点数はどうなるか。
そうだ、逆転だ。
やっぱり
Oh no, if it wasn't for that.
うわ、これはすごいぞ。横井正史が勝った。
barely missing
野
out.
村選手。横井選手の勝利ですよ。
His lead run not being clean. Look at that, 6.7 to 7.3.
おーっていう感じで。
That should have been an 8.7.
諦めないって大事ですね。
そうだね。
Tanaka.
89点の時点で普通諦める。
諦めますよね。
解説も諦めた解説をしてました。はい。
でもだんだんとなんかこれいくんじゃないかみたいな。
そう、今自分の中で計算をしたらあれっていう。
So that means Yokoi through even after that crash.
しっかりと走りました。でもできるって分かってるからやるわけ
Put
です
down
ね。
a solid chase run behind Tanaka, and Tanaka made a couple of mistakes there, missed that zone.
さあというわけで
Remember,
野村
it's
選
the
手
tire that needs to go over the zone,
野村
not the
選手はベスト
bodywork.
16までということで最後になりますが、明日のラウンド2に向けて
Alright,
の意気込みを一言
that's
お願
one
いした
bit
い
of
と思い
Yokoi's
ます。
luck used up there.
明日のラウンド
Let's see how much more luck he has
皆様
today.
の前でね、この実況席じゃなくてこの追走の2台で走ってるところに立ちたいと思います。
はい、ぜひ頑張っていただきたいと思います。ありがとうございました。
Of course, as someone in chat pointed out, Yokoi's nickname is Zombie.
そしてお越しいただいておりました。さあここから
Zombie Yokoi always coming back from the dead. Did a good job of it there in the top 16 with Tanaka. Alright, we are down to the best 8 now. We're about to start the best 8. This is the warm-up for the best 8. First battle, Naoki Nakamura versus Hokuto Matsuyama.
今、東洋タイヤが、そうか、今、横井選手が勝ちましたからね。そうですね。はい、まだまだ残ってます。
この次の対戦なんですけど、松山選手、去年までスープラだったじゃないですか。
そうですね。
スープラって意外にやっぱトリッキーな動きをするんですよね。角度もすごいついたりとかするんで、やっぱ後追いをする側とすれば、後追いが好きな人間からすると、やっぱ前でトリッキーな動きをする車って合わせづらいんですよ。
なるほど。
どこでついていいか分かんなくなるんですよね。ただこの GR カローラ、GR ヤリスとかと一緒で結構ね車がすごく扱いやすいので、シルビア S13 って言ったんですけど、結構こうトリッキーな動きをしない車なんですよね。丸く動くので、これね中村直樹選手とすれば気持ちよくフルマークが取れる
合わせやすい
車なんですよ。
さあ対して松山北斗は中村直樹を相手にどういうことを、これでも追走前にどういうことを考えるでしょうね。はい。さあというわけで、皆様お待たせいたしました。ベスト8からのゲスト解説、田野選手です。田野選手、よろしくお願いします。
Alright, here we go. Next battle. We are about to start the best 8 here for round 1 of D1 Grand Prix.
ベスト16残れず。
そうなんです。
あの瞬間どうでした？
もうずっとこうやって拝んでたんですけどなかなか願いは届かずダメでしたね。
でも初めての D1 グランプリ、予選を終えていかがでしたか、感想は。
いやもうとにかく、ずっと憧れてきた舞台だったんで、本当たくさん協力のもと走らせてもらってるんですけど、とにかく
Our first run
本当はみんなに感謝したいですね。
of the best 8 we have. Naoki Nakamura in the supercharged V8. S13 Sylvia making those turn left noises. He's up against Hokuto Matsuyama in the brand spanking new Corolla GR. Here we go.
少し松山との差をつけて1セク入ってきました。そしてあっという間に来ましたね。さあ振り返して持っていきます。さあ松山北斗 GR カローラ今シーズンから投入してきました。そして中村直樹もこの V8 のシルビアまた舞い戻ってきた。さあまずは1本目終了。熊久保さんいかがですか。
そうですね。
All right, that's the first run.
はい。
GR カローラが離れるかなと思ったけど、コーナリングで追いつきましたよね。
You got to remember, this is a brand new build for this Corolla. We've seen a few of these new hatchback style Toyotas being used as drift cars. Of course, the GR Yaris and now the GR Corolla.
かなり完成度は高い。ただ中村直樹選手の単走はいかがです
This
か。
kind of squat, square stance these cars have. Seems like they can work pretty well in the right hands. Bit of lacking angle there, but honestly, I kind of thought that Naoki would be able to walk Matsuyama a little bit on this run. But got to remember, Matsuyama also, he's the same driver type as Naoki. He lets no thoughts get in his way of just driving as hard as possible.
そうですね。ただこれ今度入れ替えて中村直樹選手
So
が
he's going to be getting those
後追いになった時にどう
proximity
思います
points.
か。
Although the lead run from Naoki pretty good.
もう誰でもバチバチ来ると思うんで、多分楽しい追走が見られるんじゃないですかね。
さあ点数が出てきましたね。松山が105点。96
And Nakamura, yeah, 98. Lead run, not too bad. Matsuyama also 9-point proximity bonus over a 96, so 98 versus 105.
7点という点数を覚えながらですね。
So not too bad there. Good run for Matsuyama. A 7-point difference going into his lead run. It's about where you want to be. But like we said before, Nakamura in the chase, that's where he likes to be.
フルマークされる恐れがあるので。そうです
ね。まあこうはめるわけではないですけど、何か自分の中で点数を落とさないでいい走りをしていかないといけないですね。そうですね。角度の付け方を変えるとか、ちょっとしていかないと、もう全部中村選手に読まれてしまう。確かに。
Here we go. Chat says, when the brain is smooth, the car go fast. I like that.
V8 ということですから、これ扱いがね扱いやすい。
そうですね。
中村直樹選手に非常に合ってるエンジン
A
ですからね。
brain is just excess weight in the form of meat.
そうですね。
All right, here we go. Second run now. Let the bald eagle cry in the chase. Nakamura in the chase. Matsuyama in the lead. Here we go.
さあこれで松山北斗どうでしょうか。どういう走り見せるか。1セクターギリギリ。おお来た中村直樹がついてくる。ものすごい音です。おおまたついてきます。ぴったりですね。いやこれは綺麗に入っていく中村直樹。振り返してこれも綺麗に持っていきました。こ
れはもう GR カローラの要は特性で、あまりにも綺麗に走れちゃうんで、
そうですね。
中村選手にもう完全に読み切られましたね。安心して入られたって感じ。
トヨタさんいい車作
All right, so interesting point there from Kumakubo.
今の追跡が
Now, what makes a chase driver able to get right on the door of a lead car like that? Well, it's basically they look at the car in front of them and they see, oh, they're driving it really well. The car looks very stable. The lead driver is doing a really good job. I can get right up on their door. See, that's the trick. The better you drive as a lead driver, the easier it is to chase you. So you have to sort of drive at 120% to outdrive the chase driver. And if there's anyone you don't want to give an easy chase drive to, it's this guy here, Naoki Nakamura. So there's a few places we can praise these two drivers. The first is Matsuyama's doing a great job. Look at that. Stable angle. There's no wobbles. There's no little wiggles. Constant wheel speed. You can see on the slow motion the wheel speed is nice and stable. He's just driving it well. It's a clean run. So there's the praise we can give the lead driver, and the praise we can give the chase driver is he's just dooring him the whole way as a result of that.
優勝しますよ。
スプリングフィールドさん。ありがとうございます。
So if you're going to bring it as a lead driver, you really need to bring it. That's a gap. Even base score. Both cars. 98 and 98. 12 on top of that. 12.3 points on top of that. And an easy win to Naoki Nakamura. Did you see that? Even base score. That's difficult to do as a chase driver.
松山選手の安定した走りのおかげなんですよ。
ああ、確かに。
やっぱ前がトリッキーだとこれでできないので。
So supercharged V8 in the S13 Silvia.
さあ、明日は田野選手がああいう追走を見せ
る。2JZ in the Corolla rear-wheel drive, of course.
ちなみに田野選手、明日の単走に向けて修正点というのは何かもうあるの？決まってるの？
もうただただ思いっきり行くだけですね。練習の点数は出てるんで。ただただなんかちょっと D1 の空気に飲まれて勝手に体がこう安牌にって走りをしちゃったので。
Right, everyone, if you just joined us here on the live stream, you are currently watching round 1 of the 2024 series of D1 Grand Prix. We are just into the best 8. This is the second battle of the best 8. We just saw Naoki Nakamura take out Matsuyama. And we're seeing on screen right now Ueno, Takahiro Ueno in the Lexus, nicknamed the RCV.
僕もそういうなんか分析とかすごい好きで、横井さんもすごい好きで、
and he's going up against
横井さんと僕って
Hibino,
ホテル
Tetsuya Hibino in the GR86.
一緒の部屋って一つの部屋に2人でいるってこと？
あ、そうです。なんで夜帰ってちょっと走りの話をしたりとか、そういうのはしますね。
なるほど。やはりそう勉強になることが多い。
あ、本当よくまあチームっていうのもあって、何か何まで教えてくれますし、ちゃんとまあ若手ですけど、ガツガツ質問しても嫌がらずにちゃんと全部答えてくれて、
at Okuibuki.
頼もしいですね。
Also, just a big car park.
もうここま
And
で
they
来れてないな
honestly
と
use
思ってます
every inch of it. You can see here the start line right in the very, very far back corner, down a short access ramp, hard right, and then accelerating into a short straight, which is the beginning of the judge section, and into the first corner. And then all the way up against the wall, and then in the opposite direction, pretty much all the way up against the wall in the opposite direction too. They're using every single inch of this layout here at Okuibuki.
この勝負面白いですね。ベテラン対決。はい。
さあ、選手はね、縦のトラクションが結構車大きい割に出てるんで、意外にストレートがついてきてるんですよね。いろんな車に。
さあ、タイヤとしては芝タイヤ対決です。まずはやはりその日比野がそのスピードで上野を離していく。
Alright, here we go. First battle. Hibino in the GR86 leading. Ueno in the chase. Ooh, this could be a good one. Here we go.
さあ、角度をつけて持っていく。これはかなり踏んでます。日比野哲也踏んでいる。さあ、セクター4。アウトクリップをついて振り返してフィニッシュラインを切っていきます。さて、熊久保さんいかがでしょうか、今の走りは。
ちょっとセクター1で上野選手が角度がつききれなかった。
Alright, first run for these two. Big angle from Hibino. And for this entire run too, a lot of big, heavy right foot from Hibino in the form of holding the accelerator down. He did a good job keeping his average speed quite high and difficult to chase. What can we say about this run? So, nice angle for the lead car. Chase car took some time to get to angle.
なるほど。でもどうですか、やはり
And kind of got left behind here on the connector into the bottom half of the track.
自分のイメージトレーニングって
Starts to catch up again, but just as he starts to catch up, the lead car pulls away again.
もう本当に単走を取ればもうい
It's
け
a
る
bit of a speed gap between these two.
まあその単走が一番難しいですけどね。
来週はね、俺ならもう近かったなって思ってます。
みんなそうなんですけどね。
確かに。さあこれ日比野選手のオンボードですね。
So we're on board with Hibino right now. Yeah, look at that. Not a whole lot of steering work there. Just nice and stable through the corner. Watch the flick back here.
さあここも安定している。
Spin the steering wheel. Pull the handbrake. Quick shift down. Back onto the power straight away.
対97。
So lead run there, Hibino 99, nice base score there for the lead car. Ueno on 95 with only 2 proximity points. It's not looking too good for Hibino, sorry, for Ueno right now.
上野も走りが綺麗だから合わせやすいですね。
Ready to go second run now. Ueno in the lead with only 2-point advantage. Hibino only really needs to catch up for the second half of the run to get enough points. Here we go.
セクで振りがおかしくなりましたがどうでしょうか。ここからもう一度このセクター4で取っていきたいんですが、ちょっとこれはさあ田野選手もやばいやばいと聞こえますけれども、さあこれはどうだ。さあ田野選手、今の走りどうですか。
本当さっきの1本目と同じような感じで、
I'm not really liking the look of this chase run from Hibino. So what I was thinking was like, there's various strategies you can take when it comes to having a close score in the chase. We saw there before, like some of the other drivers, for example, in the first battle with Naoki versus Pon, he waited until Pon was clear of the dangerous first outer zone until he caught up.
これ熊久保さんちょっとわかんないですね。なんかちょっと日比野のミスの方が、まあ距離は近いかもしれませんけど、日比野のミスの方が大きいような。
Honestly, that's what I was thinking that Hibino was going to do here, to sort of wait for the lead car to kind of get clear of the dangerous area until they can take back control as the chase car, catch back up, get a few proximity points. He only needs to get a few. But Ueno kind of left him behind. See, Ueno very early on the accelerator. Car's already on a nice radius. Hibino 4. Oh, a 99 to 98. That's only 1 point difference.
1点差で、いや違います。さっきが2点差ですよ。そう。さっき日比野が取ってるんですよ。なので、ここは日比野命拾いですね。命拾いですね。はい。勝ったのは日比野哲也ということになりました。いやーでも上チームも勝ってほしかったな。まだ優勝してないですよね。上チームってね。2位が最高でしたっけ。さあここは日比野哲也。
And they have the result there, the winner.
これで中村直樹。
Hibino, honestly, okay, let's make that one the. I would have liked to see Ueno win battle in this top 16 because there's always one that sort of goes like, I would have liked to see Ueno win that one.
多くのファンの前で見せる追走はこの対戦が初と。
そうですね。
いうことですね。これは支配人熊久保さんとしてはどういう対決になると思いますか。
大悟選手がやりやすいと思います。なぜならメクア選手ってスタートしてから1セクまでの飛び込むまでのスピードが速い。
Yeah, that's another one I would like to see go one more time. We can see that happen in the best 8, but because the one more times don't come down to the judges in this, it just comes down to the points. So we have to. It's automatic whether there's a one more time or not from the best 8 onwards.
田野選手、左足ブレーキのコツを教えてくださいと。
Yeah, I think would like to see a replay of those runs once again so we can talk ourselves through them. So overall, that's the whole thing. Overall, Hibino's runs were better.
もう何も考えずに勝手にもう左足が出るようになったので、まあとにかく
just wasn't really a nice clean win that we would have liked to see.
実車でこう数をこなすと、追走なんかだと勝手に足が出るんじゃないかなとは思いますね。
なるほど。でももう左足でブレーキを踏むっていうのが当たり前になってるってことですね。
もう今当たり前ですよね。
はい。だからコツって聞かれても正直わからなくて、いつも使ってますみたいな。
I'm going to put my little mark next to that battle, so I'm going to go back and review it later on.
そうですね。ちなみにさっき上地
Alright, next run. This is going to be an aggressive one. Hey, it's the BMW head-to-head. Has that happened yet so far? No. No, it hasn't. Yeah, because we only have one BMW out there in the top 16 today. Get it? It's a joke because they're both BMW. It's Daigo versus Mekawa. Daigo's in his A90 Supra against Mekawa in the 2JZ-powered BMW E92 with the Eurofighter kit, very aggressive-looking thing.
そうですね。プロドリの頃ですね。まだレーシングスーツをみんな着てなかった頃ですね。
確かに。だから今またもう一度上野貴弘の表彰台、今見たいですね。
今見たいですね。
さあというわけで今ウォームアップが終わりました。
So between these two, we have pretty much every sponsor who has a promo girl here this weekend.
難しいですね。でも上野さんはこう何本か走ってるじゃ
All
ない
right,
です
so
か。
looking at the results
大悟さん
so
は
far,
初めての追
Mekua,
走というか、
he
走ってないと思うの
took
で、
out
その辺
Hatanaka
で
before.
上野さんのがちょっと有利なのかなと
And
は。
Daigo got a freebie through to the best 8 after Mitsuru Murakami had fuel issues. Let's just say he ran out of fuel. I mean, technically, if you have a fuel pump failure, you ran out of fuel, like the engine ran out of fuel.
メクワですね。
It just sounds funnier.
ごめんなさい。
Chad, who do you think's going to win this one? Daigo. We all know what he drives like, but Mekua. Honestly, after the past couple of years, trouble with this car. He has something to prove. Here we go. Here comes the first battle. He's being aggressive off the bat. Here we go.
さあ取りに行きます。斉藤大吾に対してメクワ幸次郎入っていく。さあセクター2、斉藤大吾の白煙に巻き込まれていますが、なんとか持っていく。そうですね。さあメクワ幸次郎、ただセクター1ではしっかりといい走りを見せることができました。いやー、これは久保さんいかがですか？
これはね、まあメクワ選手はもう
Well, Mekua getting aggressive from the beginning, diving in there,
この直角からストレートまでの車速
starting to earn those proximity points before the outer zone.
ただ
Lost in the smoke a little bit there. You can see a bit of a hesitation. He doesn't get on the brakes until he gets out of that smoke. Lead car Daigo Saito, great solo run as a lead run.
4世紀への飛び込みで斉藤大吾選手もかなり角度をつけることによって少し減
Top
速はあり
down.
ました
That's
け
a
ど、
big, aggressive,
まあメクワ幸次郎
trusting dive in there from the chase car Mekua.
この走りを単走でやってたら
そうですね。
もっと上位だったんじゃないのっていうぐらいいい
Mekua having to shallow up a bit there to try and catch back up to Daigo, but he does it fairly well and manages to pace Daigo over the final sector and over the finish
やっ
line.
ぱりこの大悟さんってこう、まあ、オートポリスとかでもそうですけど、こう車を済ませるのがすごい上手で、
Oh, nice lead run from Daigo Saito, a 98 base run
映像でも伝わるぐらい
for
速
the
い。
lead car, 95 plus a 9.3 for Mekua.
さあというわけで点
So
数
6.3 point
そ
difference.
の点数を
Not
斉藤
too
大吾
bad.
98
Not too
メクワ
bad.
は追走ポイントを入れて 104.3。
でも 9.3 取ってますからね。
そうですね。
So Mekua going into this next run as the lead driver.
ただロスの点数は95点
The
ですから、
6.3 point
斉藤大吾
difference.
とは3点
That's
の差がありました。
not quite
さあ今度
comfortable,
は入れ替えて、先行がメクワ幸次郎、
but good enough.
後追いが斉藤大吾。皆さんあんまりイメージないと思いますけど、斉藤大吾も本当に新人の時は追走が下手で
しょうがない下手すぎて、恵比寿サーキットに通って、
そうなんですね。
ほぼ毎日いましたね。はい、ほぼ毎日通ってきて、末永直人の家に泊まるぐらい。
So both of these cars.
で毎日末永直人
2JZ turbo, obviously.
うちの会社に来て、末永直人の仕事をほっぽり投げて、
Supra versus BMW.
お願いしますって言って毎日来て
How is this run going to go? Daigo's in the chase this time. Mekua with a not comfortable lead, but a decent enough lead going into this run as the lead car.
メクワ幸次郎は後追いが斉藤大吾。今動き出します。
The chance of Daigo making a mistake and dropping off reasonably high at some point. Here we go. First, second run now.
さあ入っていきます。一気に入っていく。どうだ。これも入ってきます。
角度が合ってますよね。
そうですね。中村直樹、これを見ろと言わんばかりの追走ですね。さあここからビッグ返してフィニッシュラインを通過をしていきます。さあ
さすがですね。
Daigo looking a lot more comfortable in this car this year as compared to the past couple of years. Does struggle with the A90 sometimes. I think he sort of tries to make it better and it doesn't perform well. That Supra looks very solid this weekend.
どうなのかなっていうのがあるんで、
Not overly aggressive,
4セクもそうです。ちょっと
but just
角度が
matching the lead car,
ベースの
just showing
得点がちょっと
the DOS. I can do what he can do.
どうですかこの1
追走ポイントは
And just like, whoa, there you go. Just like Mekua did. Aggressive dive in, but Daigo pulled it off a bit better,
そう
I
です
think.
ね。うわーってもう学さんも
Flick back there, big angle from the lead car, also big angle from chase car, starts to match it. Lead car, a bit more angle, but good proximity and over the finish line. Overall, great chase run from Daigo.
もうあれですね。ベテランです。はい。まさに俺が言おうとしたことを全部言ってくれたので。
なるほど。
もう田野君あれじゃない。
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be close.
確かに
そういうわけいかない。
ミレニアム5の解説。
Daigo's entry, though, the first part of the track where it's important to get really aggressive.
はい。
He did really well there compared to Meko. He kind of dived in, but he backed off really quick, whereas Daigo stuck it. We saw in that top-down drone shot. Oh, it's so close. I think that was probably what made the difference there. Look at the chase points there. And by a very thin margin, Daigo Saito gets the win. I'd say that's a fair result.
結構追走ポイントが多めに
Very close run. That's a shame for Mekua.
時代のドリフトでは1セクであれだけ近寄ると、もう雰囲気は斉藤大吾になっちゃうじゃないですか。
もうなんかね、勢いでね、もうあとはもういいやみたいな。
だけどそこはや
So
っぱ
that
り
top down. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, you can rewind the VOD and look at it if you want to. I just think if you compare those two top down runs from the drone shot, Daigo just on that entry, he was in there for longer, and that just got him those extra couple of proximity points in the zone at the first half of the track.
まじまじと見れるじゃないですか。
特等席でね、見てますから。
All right, we are down to the last battle of the best 8. It is Mori versus Yokoi. This could, I'm just going to say it. I think Yokoi is going to win this.
チームメイトの横井選手が出てきましたけども、
The chance of Yokoi winning this, I'd say about 3 out of 4.
もうね、田野君に見習ってほしいのはやっぱ横井選手のさっきね、1本目でぶつけてもう89
Chat saying rewind and look at shot girl.
点差も10何点ついたの
Is that the favorite? Usually it's the Tone Tool girls who are the favorite of chat.
そこがすごいですよね。
これでも田野選手 D-Max さんをこの S15 にずっと
Chat, you just like white hot pants.
してるからなのかな。
そうですね。
That's
基
just
本
it, isn't it?
D-Max はこうシルビアのパーツを作って販売してる会社なので、まあ僕は社員なんですけど、なので基本的にはシルビアのこのパーツの宣伝っていう形で走ってます。はい。ただこの先シルビア以外でも車がどんどんシルビアなくなっていくと思うので、どんどん車が変わっていくんであれば、そっちの車にシフトしていくっていうことも考えながらやってます。
なるほど。まあ当然メーカーとして、この D1 グランプリという過酷な現場で
Sending Mori to the start line.
ということですね。
そうですそうです。
まあ
Mori
私から
will
言
be
うと、もう D1
leading this first
こ
run.
ことをやってるんで、もう最後はシルビアのボディを打ってほしいですよ。
And he's being chased by Yokoi.
シャシを作って、
ボディも
This would be a really good result for Mori if he was able to knock out Yokoi, because Mori would then go up against Daigo Saito in the semi-final. Alright, here we go, first battle. Mori leading, Yokoi in the chase. Here we go.
さあ、田野選手の前で横井どういう走り、ああ、森選手、これは森選手がぶつかってしまった。先ほどね、
もう全く多分
I mean, I called it, didn't I? Mori, unfortunately, hitting the wall on the entry and ruining our chances of seeing a great Yokoi chase this time.
待てた男が。
Freshly painted by Naoki Nakamura, I should say. This 180SX GP Sports.
森選手に絡むとみんな壁に行くっていう。
And slow motion, bonk. Knocking off the bumper. Not that super heavy of a hit, but just enough to straighten the car out. Luckily, he didn't swing back and hit the wall with the front of his car. Interesting to see Yokoi doing that dad parking at the supermarket hook thumb technique on the steering wheel. That's kind of interesting. You don't usually see that in drifting. Yeah, just a little tag there, just enough.
あれで変わったりしますか？
あの辺変わるかもしれないですね。ずっと。
だから冷えてて、さっき
Someone in chat said this is not NASCAR, right? No, it is not. No, you're supposed to. Well, I mean, in NASCAR, you're supposed to keep it off the wall too, and you're supposed to keep it off the wall here in drifting. Otherwise, that happens.
1セクに飛び込むときに、我々から見てると、少しこうグリップ感がかなり予選よりない感じがするんですよ。そのあたりは田野選手も見ててどう思いますか？
すごい変わります。
変わります。
かなり変わりますね。はい。昨日の練習と比べると本当にもう全然違いますし、今日でも全然どんどん冷えてったりとか、まあ日中は。
By the way, chat, we're actually on 2 channels right now. We're on the video option channel, and we're also on the Noriero channel here on YouTube. If you're on the option, I've just noticed this: the chat on the Noriero channel is actually moving about 3 times as fast. So it's a bit more lively over on the Noriero channel. So if you're on the option channel, hey, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to be a chat guy, head on over there. If you're happy where you are, that's fine. Just saying. Or you can just watch both. Hey, I'm fine with that. Watch both.
そうですね。しかも GR86 でね。
はい。
戻ってきました。戻って聞こえてますか？
聞こえてます、聞こえてます。大丈夫ですよ。
聞こえてますか？
はい。
これ今の日頃の行いっていうのは川端さんが自分で言ってたやつです。
あ、そうなんだ。よかったね。さっきの声が切れちゃったら、日頃の行いって悪い人で終わっちゃいますからね、他の選手がね。
そうなんですよ。
よかった、言えてよかったね。
それ言う前に切れちゃったから、
川端が自分で言ってたのね。
Quick yap on the mic there for the people at the venue. Just getting the rear bumper taped on. In D1 Grand Prix, the cars do need to go to the start line with all their bodywork. Actually, someone also in chat room before asked, why can't they use a different car if they crash? The car that you start the day with and go through scrutineering with, that's the car you need to use for the entire day. You can't qualify with one car, then use another car for the battles, and you can't crash a car and then bring out another one. It doesn't work that way.
そういうところの話し合いはしないんだね、同じチームだけど。
はい。そうです。なんか、まあ話すときもあるんですけど、多分横井さんは結構変えるタイプなんですよ。単走と追走でも変えたりとか、その路面状況によって変えたりするタイプで、僕は結構ずっと同じエアーツで、こう路面が変わっても
Vangelis, thanks for the stage 1 subscription. By the way, if you sub to the channel, you get to watch all of the Norio videos a day early. Just saying. Oh, Vangelis, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. There you go. 5 people will now get to see the videos a day early. I shouldn't be advertising this because I'm on option as well. I will say thank you.
とにかく車に対してなんか敏感なんですよ。なんか
Alright, so score there, Moria 47. That's what smacking the wall is worth. And Yokoi
そういうところが
continuing his run as usual at 98.7. Obviously, only earned 2.7 proximity points because Mori bailed off the course after
実際に走ってトラブルが起きる前にそれを未然に防げるっていうのがかなりやっぱすごいなと思いますね。僕はなんかまだこういうハイパーの車で
Do they fail if a part is beyond taping? As you can see on screen right now, there is no part that is beyond being able to tape on. It's like it seems like a silly rule, but it's like one of those rules where it's like, well, enforcing it means you don't get shenanigans happening in other situations. So it's like it's and there's a lot of that in motorsport. D1 is so far from being the most silly motorsport rule sport there is. Believe me. He's out here looking like oh, chat, whose guitar does that look like? Whose guitar does that look like? Oh, who am I thinking of? It looks like Van Halen's guitar. Just, wait, let me search. Is that what I'm thinking of? Believe it or not, there was a situation once. How long ago was it? It was at Scuba Circuit D1 Grand Prix. And Ueo, who is not here this weekend, ended up losing first place to Yokoi because one of his fenders flew off. And yeah, we were all very I remember I broadcasted on that one as well. We were all really annoyed at that. Frankenstrat. Is that what it's called? The Frankenstrat. There you go.
壊しながらなんですけど、壊しながらお前も次はお前絶対これでメーター見とけよとか。
I'm assuming that means
必ずこの
Stratocaster.
メーターは
Yeah, look, it looks like.
すごいやっぱ口を
I gotta get a photo of
ですよね。やっぱそういう意味で、まあ田野君の先輩にね、横井選手がいる。
I'm taking a photo of the actual screen like a boomer.
トッ
There
プ
we
に
go.
なっていくためには
Because I can't screenshot it.
すごくそこをね田野君が感じてるあたりが素晴らしい。
All right, we have to head out.
ありがとう
Here
ござ
we
います
go. Good to go.
もうビタビタに張りまくってやっと OK が出ましたね。多分もっと効率よく張れそうな気がしますけどね。
そうですね。
もうとにかく落ちたら大変なんで。さあというわけで張り直して、まあ、先ほどの横井選手の時のようなことがありますから、森選手としてはもう諦めずに横井選手に食らいついていきたい。
その逆転もありえますからね。
さあ、今
Good
度は
as
先
new.
行横井正史、後追いが森です。
He's like, sorry, let's go.
そうですね。
Ah, there you go. That's a good drift driver there. Just apologizes for the delay. Wants to get straight back into it. And here we go. We're going to have our second battle now. This time, Yokoi in the lead, Mori in the chase. Chances of Mori in the 180SX winning this, like 1%. Oh, we have a red flag situation. Somebody either jumped the start. That's a red flag. Red flag. This is not going to count. Looks like Yokoi did not notice that red flag. That's going to be like a jump start or someone knocking over one of the cones on the chicane. Oh, is it back to green?
あの赤の点滅って
ね、あの赤の点滅なんですかね。
もしかしたら先行がフライングをしたとか。
So usually that red flag or the red light you just saw there means that the lead car jumped the start. So it hasn't been an issue until now, but the way the start works is pretty similar to just about every drift competition there is right now. They have a set of, they have a Christmas tree, as they call it in drag racing, just a set of lights, and a chicane past that. So the lead car has to go through the chicane to slow them down a bit. The chase car gets to drive in a straight line. It's a good way of regulating the start, making sure the lead car doesn't run away or try and gap the chase car.
田野選手、やっぱりこの煙の中から前の選手についていくっていうのは、なんかコツがいるんですか、やっぱり。
いや、もうそれに関しては、もうなるべく近くにいて煙に入らないっていうのと、もう入っちゃったらもう勘でしかない。
And there you go, winner of that battle, Yokoi.
本当に勘とリズムとですね。
さあというわけで横井正史
So it looks like we had the was the penalty applied there?
さあこれでベスト4が出揃いました。まずはベスト4一組目が中村直樹対日比野哲也。そしてベスト4二組目斉藤大吾対横井。
There you go. I was right.
もうなんか
Winner of that battle, Yokoi knocking out Mori.
なんだろうな、もう今を。
まあ中村直樹はちょっと後発。
Good effort from Mori. Bit of a crash in his first run, unfortunately. So Yokoi, here we go.
田野選手。
He will be up against Daigo Saito. So our next battle, we're going to be starting the semi-finals soon. Naoki Nakamura versus Hibino. And Daigo Saito versus Yokoi. It's a quick touch-up of the lines on the track. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon with the semi-final. So we have 3 battles to go. Semi-final 1, 2, and the final.
ここで横井選手のインタビューいない。横井がいない。どっかのあれですかね、チームのところ流れ込みいっちゃいましたかね。
多分森さんとこに挨拶しに行ってるかもしれないですね。
ああ、なるほど。いい走りだったよなのか。
危なかったよ。
危なかったよなのか。さあ、ちなみに田野選手って川端選手とも仲いいんですか？
はい。実はなんか最近こう僕も D-MAX に就職して大阪に引っ越したんですけど、で川端さんもともと大阪で、家もまあそこそこ近くて、最近すごいこうお世話になってます。
なるほど。
Beautiful weather there today at Okuibuki. Also, pretty good weather here in Tokyo, where we are. If you didn't notice that until now, if you haven't been around when I mentioned it. Yeah, we're doing the broadcast this weekend from the D1 Grand Prix offices in Shinjuku in Tokyo. Like I was saying before, there's good and bad to that. The good is, of course, we don't have to drive 6 hours all the way down to Shiga Prefecture to where Okuibuki is. Don't have to stay in a hotel. Don't have to get up really early to drive up 45 minutes up the mountain to get to the venue. Don't need to sit out in the open with the wind and the smoke and the noise. Downside is, I don't get to hear all the cars like I normally do. I don't get to walk around the pits and see what's going on and talk to the teams and find out little bits of information that I can give you. So it kind of balances out, I think. Sound DJ1, thanks for the stage 1 sub. All right, here we go, warm up. This is the semi-final. Naoki versus Hibino. We only have 3 battles to go, so if you are somewhere in the world where you're kind of struggling with the time right now, come on, it's Friday night. What's wrong with you? What else have you got to do, honestly? We have 3 battles to go, and the names in those battles are Naoki, Hibino, Daigo, and Yokoi. You know who they all are. 4 a.m. in Kentucky about to pass out. Just 3 more to go. 3 to go. Someone in the option chat said, Alexi, how much is the price of the GP Sports body kit now? Last time I saw it, it was like $14,000. Like, well, I guess, if you're trying to say it in American dollars now, it'd be like a third off. So, what's that, like $10,000 for the full 180SX kit? It's a big kit, though, and it's one of the biggest kits I've seen. Yeah. So I don't think I've ever... I think I've seen one on a drift car once, and I'm not entirely sure whether it was an actual GP Sports kit or it was like a sort of a replica that someone had made themselves. Yeah, we had Mad Mike enter qualifying today in his RX3 wagon. Unfortunately, not qualifying. Yeah, brand new build. Honestly, that would be my last choice of car to try and set up to drive well in D1 Grand Prix. Not easy. That said, though, great looking car, great sounding car. And you can't talk down Mike's enthusiasm, especially when it comes to repping the rotaries. Remember that car, Firsty, that is his car from when he was a young boy. Young lad in Queensland. Why did I say Queensland? New Zealand. Good job, Mouth. You ruined that moment. When he was a young lad in New Zealand doing burnouts, winning burnout competitions, now he's here with the same car. It's a great story. All right, here we go. First battle of the semi-final. Naoki Nakamura leading this. Hibino in the chase. Here we go.
ここはもう思いっきり行くしかない日比野哲也。さあ V8 サウンドがこの奥井吹に響き渡っています。ここから振り返してセクター4へと入っていく日比野哲也。その距離はちょっと詰め切れてない感じがありますが、ここで振り返して持っていきます。さあ
Oh, this is the first driver we've seen so far in the battles today that has really challenged Naoki. Now, Naoki, on the entry there, he actually tapped the wall. Now, if there's anything that Naoki knows how to do, it's to tap walls on the left side of the car, like at Meihan, for example. You see there, rubs up against the wall here. Hibino keeps his angle nice and close. Keeps his angle nice and close to the lead car. Proximity also nice and close. Now watch the flick back here. Goes for a little dive in. Backs off a little bit. Now watch this now. He goes out a bit wide here. Throws a lot of angle. Tries to throw the car back. Now I'm not going to say that he's doing that on purpose to try and throw off the chase car by flicking back like that. But that's a difficult kind of run to chase.
もうほとんどアクセルとサイドブレーキだけで向き変えてる感じですよね。
Naoki, a 99 lead run. But Hibino also a 97 with an 8 proximity. Oh, Hibino looking really good.
まあこれ中村選手は
So a 6-point difference, not a huge gap, but
一応でも
still considering you're up against Naoki Nakamura, the champion of 2022, the grand champion of the 2022 season.
走りで見ると中村選手の方がアド
Not
バンテージ
bad.
持ってますよね。
そうですね。ただまあ中村直樹が手を抜くと思いませんからね。調整すると思いませんからね。
そうですね。だからあとはそのエンジンの
Speaking of our American friends who are struggling, trying to stay up, let's say good morning to all our EU friends. Just waking up, welcome to D1. We're in the semi-final right now. And of course, all the Oceania and Southeast Asia people who've been here the whole time. Yeah, how you doing? Thanks for being here once again. Ready to go, second run. Nakamura in the chase this time.
さあどうだ。お互いに踏んでギリギリを行きます。おお、中村直樹が完璧に入ってきた。さあ振り返して持っていく中村直樹ノリノリです。もうこれは日々のなすすべなしですね。ここまで来ちゃうと。いやこれは中村直樹すごい。
距離感というか角度がぴったりですよね。
Not only was Naoki right on the door of the lead car at speed on the most dangerous corner on the track,
めちゃくちゃかっこいい。
he was matching his angle too. That's so hard to do.
そうですね。これが D1、まあベテランというかもうト
そうですね。
ップドライバーですね。
これがもう理想の追走って感じですよね。これは現場で見たいな。
見たいですね。
This is an example of some of the best chase drifting you will see in the world right now. The onboard from Naoki Nakamura in the chase. On top of that, solid lead run for Hibino. But that is easily the closest and a 15 proximity points for Naoki Nakamura. He hits the bell at the top of the pole right there with a 15 proximity. Naoki Nakamura 211. 211.
おめでとうございます。いやこれでもちょっと中
Good effort from Hibino, but Naoki knocking him out and moving through to the final here at Okuibuki.
すごいぞ。さあチャットでもトップ同士のバトルがやばすぎる。
Phew! What a great chase run there.
9点なのにみたいなね。
日比野選手も今すごい良かったですからね。
これは盛り上がりますが。田野選手やはりフルマーク。
Of course, the good thing about that is we get to watch another Naoki chase in the final. And it will be against one of these two guys here right now. Daigo Saito on the left of screen. GR Supra heading off in his warm-up run. Or will it be your boy Yokoi, Zombie Yokoi, Galaxy Yokoi? He has a bunch of nicknames apparently. In the S15 Silvia.
回戦が村上これ不戦勝でしたね。そして2回戦目がメクワコーチ。
Daigo going for a bit of a low-key warm-up there, scrubbing the front tires. They do that by turning the wheel really hard and accelerating. It pushes the car forward. Yokoi going a bit more aggressive, warming up the rears more. It depends on the driver, it depends on the car setup, depends on their preferences. Sometimes you see beginner drift drivers who enter competitions and they do huge burnouts and warm up the tires on the back too much, and the fronts are still a bit cold, still a bit covered in rubber marbles and garbage that's on the track. Oh, there you go. You happy now, chat? They got jackets. Are you happy now? And if you warm up the wrong end of the car for the car's setup, it ends up being unbalanced and difficult to drive. So you need to know how to warm up your car. And I don't mean just start the engine and hold it on limiter. That's not what I mean.
まだにスポッターいないですからね。多分無線つけてないですよ。
スポッターいないんですね。まあ
All right, 2 battles to go here at D1 Grand Prix 2024, round 1. Okuibuki. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow. And we'll also be back again tomorrow on the Option Video channel and on the Noriero channel. Same as today, top 16 only. So top 16 only on the Noriero channel. And we'll also be on the full day from morning all the way through to the end, qualifying and battles. All right, here we go. Next battle. To get into the final. Daigo Saito leading, Yokoi in the chase. Here we go.
さあどうだ横井正史少し角度を揃えていますがどうでしょうかはいここからですねさあ横井も負けじと伸ばしていく角
度合わせましたね、
さあ斉藤大吾対横井正史まずは最初のランが終了しました。これはまずは
And the first run is done between these two.
すごい良かったですよね。ただやっぱ旋回が横井選手
Bit of a flick entry there for Daigo.
ちょっと
Yokoi going in. Yeah, a couple of big dives there from Yokoi. Then lead car Daigo starts to drive away. Yokoi catches back up. Lead car drives away. Very shallow angle there. Daigo seems to have fairly good speed this weekend. Watch the dive here again. Pulls up a little bit short. Lead car starts to pull away. It's the same pattern again and again. So Daigo's setup seems to have a bit of a speed advantage compared to the chase car of Yokoi.
後追いポイントとしては久保さんいかがですかこれ。
そうですね。これ多分ねでもそんなに10点超えることは多分ないぐらいの距離感だったんで、7点、8点、9点ぐらいのだと思うんですよ。
この4セクの入りとかはすごいいい感じです。
そうですね。
ちょっと
Right, let's see what Daigo's base run is. A good score there, 98 for the lead car base run. Yokoi 96, a little bit low there with a 7.3. So a 5.3 point difference. Oh, the points are getting closer and closer as we get towards the top end of the battle tree.
99点の走りをすることによって大吾選手はゴリゴリ行きたいので、もしかするとそれでドスの点数が下がってとかっていう可能性はなきにしもあらずですよね。
でもなんとなくですけど今日の斉藤大吾すごく落ち着いてるんですよ。
そうなん
ですよ。
あんまりそういうことなんかやらなそうな気がして。
Fat 5 Racing comes from his name, Daigo, Big 5. It's not exactly what it means, but you can read it that way, you know. And Yokoi, Team D-Max, formerly from his own team Mind Control. Second battle, here we go for the final.
まずはここはしっかりと斉藤大吾、横井正史をロックオン
合います
ね。さあここからセクター4に入っていく。さあスープラと合わせますね。さあこれちょっと詰まってる感じがありますがなんとか持っていきます。いやーこれは斉藤大吾。
今日の斉藤大吾違うね。
違いますよね。なんかものすごく7割ぐらいで走ってるような
余裕がありますよね。で無理してない。
Probably Manapi in the background if we could hear him.
いかがでしたでしょうか。
And also Katsumata saying there, Daigo. I think that's a safe bet right now. Daigo Saito. Good angle, good proximity to the lead car. Here we go, simultaneous entry there from Daigo, holding it there. Nice one. Yeah, Yokoi starts to get away a little bit, but yeah, just Daigo's car just seems to be a bit faster. Oh, even bigger angle there from Daigo early on the accelerator. Yeah, just Daigo seems to be comfortable. It looks like he doesn't look very smooth though, but he looks comfortable. Whoa, and there you go, a 12.3 to Daigo, 108 to 99 for Yokoi. But once again, Yokoi lead run, a 99, good lead run. And there's the result there. Nice battle between these two.
られるような勝負だったと思います。
でもいい気持ちで明日の第2戦いけそうですね。はい。さあというわけで決勝が決まりました。まずは中村直樹対斉藤大吾ということですね。
Everybody watching the live stream, you know what that means now. The winner of that battle Daigo versus Yokoi. Was Daigo the winner of the other semi-final battle, Naoki? That means we have a Naoki Nakamura versus Daigo Saito final here for round 1.
だからもう3位は斉藤大吾はベスト16の順位が16位かな。
これでまず3位が
日比野哲也。
日比野選手が12位で、横井選手が。
It's an actual Godzilla versus King Kong moment here at D1 Grand Prix. At round 1, great ending. We have Naoki versus Daigo in the final.
トップを目指す。ね、これはでも中村直樹と斉藤大吾のこの追走はどういう展開を熊久保さん予想しますか？
これね、全く分かんないです。
全く分からない。
要はお互い落ち着いてて。
So chat, let's see. What do you think?
普段必ず
What do you think is going to happen?
どっかで
Who's going to
やり
win?
すぎる感があるじゃないですか。
そうですね。
これが
We have our. Okay, so I was going to say now, there's a guy in chat, Fawaz Rafif. He is an absolute encyclopedia of D1 Grand Prix, and he's let us know Daigo Saito's last time in the final was Okuibuki, which is this track, in 2021 was the last time he made it into the final. I'm just going to take your word for it. You've always been right, so.
あの人の資料は本当にすごいんで。
Who do I think will take it? Looking at those runs, here's the thing. Daigo's looking pretty fast. His car looks fast right now. I think Daigo might have. Let's see. It could go a few. This is how I'm just going to predict how it's going to go. So Naoki's going to lead the first run. I reckon Daigo's going to keep it clean in the chase, basically like what we just saw with Yokoi. It's going to switch around. Naoki's going to go in the chase. He's going to get really close. Naoki will probably tap Daigo at some point, but only just enough that he's able to stay behind him, and Naoki wins on proximity points. That's my prediction. It's a pretty vanilla prediction, but that's what I think is going to happen. We'll see. I don't know. Naoki, the supercharged V8 LSX in that little S13 Sylvia. Daigo, A90 Supra with a 2JZ.
中村直樹選手に関してはセクター1に飛び込みの時に旗をちょっとさっと
Mr. Noriero, is it okay if I restream your drift live stream and give my comment on my language Indonesia, please? Hey, look, it's up to you. This isn't my stream. I just have I'm getting paid to do it. I'm just getting paid to talk. It's not my stream, so it's up to you. I think you should be fine, but hey, that's up to you.
そうですね。本当ですね。もうスタンドもちゃんと人がいて、まあ今休憩なんでトイレとか行ってるんですけど。
If Daigo could pull away in the lead, I think he would have a better chance.
ただ寒いんで、
I agree.
みんな
If Daigo can get away, I think Daigo has a faster car here today.
はい、寒いです。
なるほど。その話を聞くと我々新宿にいてよかったなと思いますけどね。
That's true. Option chat pointing out a good point there. Daigo, both these cars built in Daigo's shop. Even Naoki's car built in Daigo's shop. So either way, it's a win for Fat Five. My prediction is Daigo will straighten out. That's not a bad guess. Daigo is going to try to outrun. Yeah, I think so too. That's what honestly, I think his car is quite well set up today. It's quite fast. It looks very well planted, and it's not bouncing around at all anywhere on the track. It looks nice and smooth. So. Faster but not grippy enough. That's a good point. He can seem to hold good speed if everything goes right. But remember, we don't use nitrous or anything like that in D1 Grand Prix. Just they used to use it back in the day, but then D1 Grand Prix was incorporated into JAF, which is sort of the local Japanese version of the FIA, and they don't allow power adders like that.
かね、まあ、どっちもやりたいんですけど、直樹さんって、まあ、昔 DMAX ドライバーで、まあ、DMAX でライツだ、まあ、昔のストリートリーガルであったりとか D1 に出てて、まあ、DMAX ドライバーっていう印象が僕は強いんで、やっぱその DMAX ドライバーと戦いたいなっていう気持ちはありますね。
なるほど。
If Daigo's car is faster, then there's a good chance he'll get some distance from Naoki on his lead lap. But we don't really know what will happen. That's a good assessment, yeah.
いや、まあ
If I had to bet on one right now,
やっぱり安定してますし、速いし、思いっきり飛び込める人の方がフルマークは取りやすいので。
そうですね。
give me a minute to think about it. I don't know.
逆に熊久保さんはこの2名だったらどっちと対決したいですか？
直樹とやりたいですね。
ああ、やっぱ直樹。中村直樹。
Option chat says whenever Naoki and Daigo compete, something dramatic always happens. I smell some kind of possible contact. I think that's what I said, wasn't it?
フルマークが取れそうなのは直樹の方なんですよ。
ああ、そうなんです。
Said
大悟はフルマーク取れ
when
なそう。
Naoki is in the chase,
よくその動きが
there's going to be
わから
contact.
ない。
That's what I guessed.
でもやっぱりそう考えると、追走を見
Naoki's
越して
fast in that run-up
各選手
corner.
の
He
単
is.
走の走りっていうのはずっと見といた方がいいですね。どういう
も
ラインで
ちろんそうですね。
走るのかって
もうすべ
いうのを
てやっぱりすべてのドライバーを見て研究しておいた方が。
Are there rules for time management? Essentially, the drivers get one pair of tires that they can use per bracket.
ドスの解析が各チ
Like
ーム
they,
進めば
to say
進
for
む
like
ほど
every time they move up a bracket, they
一本のラインを
unlock
走りに行きますからね。
another pair of tires that they can use. And of course, generally they do change them.
斉藤大吾選手が動き出しました。
But
そして中村直樹選手も
they do have a bonus pair that they can use if they want to, but they do get a penalty for that.
奥伊吹、まあ寒いというね話が他の選手からも
We
ありました
quite
けれども、
rarely have one more time battles in D1 Grand
明
Prix,
日
so
も
they're
ちょ
not
っと
entirely
西の方から
necessary.
天気は崩れるということですが、天気予報を見ている限りですとどうやら夕方までは持ちそうと、いうところですね。
All right, I'm wondering how Naoki is, how aggressive Naoki is feeling right now. Is he in a goofy mood right now? Is he in a door the guy in front mood? Don't know. Don't care, as long as we get some good action. And we're probably going to see it right now. Naoki Nakamura and Daigo Saito heading out on their warm-up run.
今情報ですと中村直樹選手は今17回優勝。
We are a couple of minutes away from the final here at round
斉藤
one.
大吾選手は17回優勝。そして、川端選手が18回。
最高記録。
最高記録。
最多勝。
最多勝。だからこれが斉藤大
Is
吾選
there
手
money for the win? There is.
最多勝並ぶ。
並ぶんですね。
並びます。さあ、ただそれを中村直樹が阻止す
You
る
know what this
っていうところ
this
ですね。
music reminds me of? Chat, hot glue.
これでもタイヤ的にはバリノと
It reminds me of hot glue
と
and people cutting
芝タイヤ
things with
です
grinders.
ね。斉藤大吾選手は芝タイヤ、そして中村直樹選手はバリノ。カラーで言えば赤対赤ですね。
If you've seen those videos on
さあ
that get fed to you on
どういう
Facebook,
結果になってくるのか。
can we get some like I don't
決勝
know,
戦ですね。泣いても笑っても
like speed medal or
まずは
something?
2024年の第一戦の優勝者が決まります。
Yeah, hot glue 5 minutes craft music, exactly.
いつも一緒ですね。
Swag, Mike did he went in qualifying this morning and didn't qualify, unfortunately. He'll be back tomorrow. All right, here we go. Daigo Saito over at the start line. He will be in the chase for this run. And our number one place qualifier currently heading to the start line, and he will be leading this run.
熊久保さん7回。7回。さあ、結構顔はマジで気合入ってますね。さあ、というわけでいきましょうか。
All right, here we go. This is the final battle of round one for the opening round of D1 Grand Prix. Naoki leading, Daigo following. Here we go.
入ってくる。中村直樹すごい角度。おお、斉藤大吾来る。さあ、セクター1からセクター2、そしてセクター3からセクター4へ入っていきます。これ中村直樹いいですね、速いですね。
いいですね、やっぱ中村選手がもうとにかく安定してますね。
はい。さあ、まずは1本目を終え
And
ま
that's
した。
the first run, no contact there.
上空からの
All right, let's watch it from the top down. Naoki, nice angle there. Daigo, also nice angle.
近づきすぎてち ちょっとふらつきが出たんですよね。でもまあまあ。
And Daigo having to take a slightly shallow line there. Of course, line doesn't matter, but it's just sort of an indication that the lead car is a little bit too fast for you to chase. That was so close there, that bumper touch almost on that final transition. You've got to be careful not to throw it away at the end of the track.
今までの直樹さんのストレートの走り方とちょっとなんか違ったように感じて、かなり車速が速く見えたんで、やっぱこうちぎりにいってるんだろうなっていうのが伝わりましたね。めちゃくちゃ速かったと。やはり
getting commentary from our reporter on the scene.
さあその
Who was it?
その点数がどうなるか。
でも、はい。
Was it Mao Yamanaka?
はい。
And he was just saying that Naoki fast essentially was what he was saying. Naoki is fast, but and we saw this last time too. Naoki, when he comes around here, he gets a lot. He goes quite deep to see. We almost lose him in that pipe there, and then flicks really hard when he comes back. Now he does this every time. It might be on purpose. And Naoki a 99 lead run. Daigo a 95 with 12 proximity points. So 8 points there. Daigo Saito with the 8-point advantage. That's a good result for Daigo.
なるほど。斉藤大吾相手に
15点を相手に多分15点は取りたいと思うんですよ。はい。
さあこれで今初めてじゃないですかね。
Chat saying that final transition is crazy close. It is so close.
さてシグナルに皆さん
Alright, here we go.
さあシグナル1つ2つ3つオールレッド。
Final battle of round 1.
さあナイトもらってもこれが最後になるのか。先行は
Daigo Saito in the lead. Naoki in the chase. This time he's already made contact. Here we go.
さあでもここから思いっきりいく。思いっきりいく。いやーこれはちょっと中村直樹気合が入りすぎか。さあここから振り返してセクター4。さあどうだ。気を取り直して持っていきます中村直樹。また斉藤大吾のパーツがどんどん飛んでいきますね。
これって
はい。
Daigo Saito's car slowly shedding parts. Now watch this. That was already contact before the camera started there. Contact again. He doors Daigo's rear bumper. Daigo seems pretty unfazed by that. There was a bit of movement on the car, but not too much. Naoki once again diving in. Daigo. Oh, Daigo might have missed that zone there too.
一瞬接触がありましたけど、あれで車が飛ばされてるような感じでは。
あれはストレートの手前で行ってるんで。
Remember, the tire of the lead car needs to go through the zone. That might be a penalty for Daigo for missing that zone. Naoki shows violence in this chase. Watch this. There's a bump there. As they come down the ramp. Here we go once again. Now watch this. I don't think he actually touched him. Daigo running very wide here. Now watch it top down. Oh yeah, that might be a penalty there for Daigo Saito. This could make the difference. Bit of a bump there, right? Of course, the lead car cannot cut across that white line. Chase car can. Now watch this. Was this a bump? Was this a push? Does Daigo's car move? No, it doesn't really at all. It doesn't really at all. From that angle,
最初に接触した部分を点数引かれてもポイント的には取れてると思うんです。で、斉藤大吾選手はここでゾーンも外してるんで減点もあるじゃないですか。そこにその追走ポイントを足していくと、で大吾選手は先行で
there was a touch, but it wasn't a push.
ドスも点数も落ちると思うんですよね。で考えると中村選手が
It's okay to touch, that's fine. If it's not a push, that's okay. I don't think that was a push there. You can see some sort of debris coming off Daigo's car there. And no, it doesn't look like that really affected Daigo at all.
本当難しいですけど、まあそのプッシングの減点具合と、あと大吾さんの2テクの戻りの減点具合、本当それですね。で、直樹さんはその追走ポイント結構取ってるはずなので、もう本当わかんないですね。どうなるんですかね。
Alright, so there's a few things that could happen here. Now, we can't really see it that clearly from this angle. To me, it doesn't. Okay, let's watch this. I don't know if that's it. Why am I making the same noise as the Japanese commentator? I don't think, from this angle, it doesn't look like a push. If Naoki gets a penalty for that push, it's going to cancel out Daigo getting that -2 for missing that zone. But Naoki is really close the whole time. He might be getting a lot of proximity points. Oh, I don't know how this is going to play out.
要は斉藤大吾選手を押してしまってラインを崩させているのかっていうところを多分見てると思うんです。
Now, what the human judges are looking at right now is, did Naoki push Daigo and cause him right there to go wide and miss that zone?
あそこの接触はそんな関係ないと思いますね。もう加速状態入ってるんで。
そうすると
You've got Kumakuma saying, no, it doesn't make a difference. He was already going at that speed. That wasn't a push. There's definitely a push there. You can see some parts go flying off the car. Right, so I'm sure that at Okuibuki right now in the judging tower we have a lot of conversation going on. That was a touch. That's right there. That was a bit of a push. Very close in the transition there. Look how close Naoki's handbrake and shift lever are to each other. You really want to remember which is which. Don't want to make a mistake halfway through. Alright, here we go. Bonk. And what is that? A piece of brake light, maybe?
中村選手が悪いと思うんですよね。確かに。ただここからこの距離離れてたものを追いついたっていうのが。
So Daigo sort of understeers a bit there and then goes out wide.
当たってないですね。
はい。ドアは何もならなかったですよね。
Now Daigo is well within his means to just cut across the front of Naoki there. As the lead car, he could have cut across, but just I think he wasn't physically able to with the radius that that car was going and the speed it was holding. If he did try and cut across, he would have slowed down too much, and then the collision would have been his fault.
お茶でも飲んでくださいということで320円いただきました。
ありがとうございます。2杯飲みますね。
そうですね。
We've got Naoki there watching the replay on a phone. You probably actually wouldn't be surprised how many of the drivers have a little phone in their car and they've got the live stream going at the same time.
リーガルトリオですね。そうですね。ストリートリーガルトリオ。そうですね。
It's going to come down to a bit of a conversation for the judges.
結果としてはそうですね。
出たっぽいですね。
はい。いやー、中村直樹か斉藤大吾か。
This might come down to a penalty. Who gets what kind of penalty? It might come down to that. Yeah, Daigo's lead run wasn't all that clean, but neither was Naoki's chase. What did I say? I said that Daigo was going to run into Naoki. It's the other way around.
そうか、これ多分相当複雑なんで、審判員、上本さんとか
So it's going to be close either way.
こうなんです。多分
Watch this collision once again. Bonk.
さあもう一度ご覧いただきましょう。
Pieces go flying. Now, everyone, don't forget, tomorrow will be round 2 of D1 Grand Prix. We'll be starting qualifying a bit later, but also starting the top 16 a bit earlier. So if you want to watch here on the Noriero channel, I'll be putting up a waiting room channel. It'll be starting at 2 p.m. Okay, we have a result. But basically, when you get up tomorrow, just open up YouTube, open the Noriero channel, and you'll see the live stream there if we've started or not, and it'll give you a countdown as to when we start. Same goes for the option channel as well. That will be running from the morning. Solo runs, qualifying, and battles from should be starting at about 9:30 in the morning Japan time. Alright, everyone, I'd just like to say before we get the result, thank you so much for joining us here on the live stream. Really appreciate it. I've been doing the live streams here for a few years now, and usually we do it on site But today we're doing something a little bit different. Like I said before, we are at the D1 Grand Prix headquarters in Shinjuku in Tokyo. It's nice to have our own air-conditioned room and a comfortable chair, and not get rocks thrown at us like we do at Autopolis when a car goes off. We get showered with gravel and dust. Kind of sucks to not be on site, be able to walk around and enjoy the absolute orchestra that is drift cars. And the smell of the smoke and the fuel. We're trying a few different things with the live stream. Looks like today's stream did pretty well. And the better these streams do, the better we can present them. Our producer, Matsumoto, he can get a bit of leeway, maybe get another commentator. We can maybe have face cam and sort of do more of our own thing and produce it, make it more interesting. We'll see. What time is it there right now? It is just coming up to 6 o'clock. In the afternoon.
そこが我々が唯一わかんないのはそこですね。そう、そこが私たちもわからないので。ちなみに
J1 も接触は接触なんですかね。
接触は接触ですね。
接触は接触なんですね。
I believe we're going to get both the drivers up in front of the stand, the judging stand, and the spectators to have the winner announced. So it looks like they have a result.
そうなんですよ。
ギリギリの対決だから、荒探しになっちゃう。
What's the other channel called? I can't find it. I'm just going to do something now. Well, it's my channel, Noriero, on YouTube.
ジャッジほど観客とお客さんと一緒で、本当はもう一回やりたいんですよ。
そうですよね。
審査員は一
I'm only doing the top 16 battles on that, and the full day on the option channel. Some Assetto Corsa simulations of the track/cars would be dope mid-live streaming. Alfredo, you're asking a lot there. I agree, but you're asking a lot there. Maybe some. Honestly, the easiest way to do that is to just make VTR, which is like, pre-made segments which we can play at certain times. All right, we have them up in front of the stand. We're going to have a winner announced. I think it's hard to say. If Daigo gets a penalty for missing that zone, and Naoki gets no penalty, it's going to be Naoki. If it balances out, I just think Daigo has just driven really well. Like, I'd like to say Daigo deserves the win, even though Naoki has put on the best show. You know what I mean? Like, Daigo has driven really well. He's done something over the off season.
それでは結果発表がどうやらこの後されるそうです。今ファイナルで戦った。
Okay, second run there, 11.3 proximity. Daigo losing 1 point. Here's the final result. Winner. And by 5.3 points, the winner there, Naoki Nakamura. Second run, a 108.3 to Daigo Saito's 95. Naoki.
そうですね。いやーでもやっぱりその接触って部分で
Naoki getting the win there.
多分車が大悟選手の車が変な動きしてなかったので、多分もう接触のうちに入らない。
そうですね。
Okay, so they're saying that judge is saying Daigo's car didn't have any kind of weird movement that was caused by Naoki, therefore no penalty to Naoki, and Naoki gets the win. So great start to the season here. Naoki Nakamura getting the win over Daigo Saito. Explanation.
でもう一つは、2セクター、斉藤大吾選手の振られ、
そうですね、大き
これは
な戻りが
中
ありました
村選手の飛び込みが原因で接触があったかどうかっていうこの2点でした。
Okay, so watch this. That straight in there from Daigo Saito. They're saying that's where he lost most of his points. And that there was no there was a touch obviously, but there was no weird movement of the lead car as a result of that.
スポーツアクシデントっていう判断です。で2つ目の2セクの2セクターでの振られについてはですね、これは斉藤大吾選手の単独のミスであると。
Yeah, so they're saying that that straight in there in sector 2, that was the corner against the wall, was Daigo's fault. It was just Daigo's own driving, and the touch was just a racing incident. So watch this. Watch the lead car. Gets an accelerator, straightens, flicks it out again, and they're just determining that was all just on Daigo. Nakamura dusts his hands off, was more fault, and takes the win here at round 1 of D1 Grand Prix.
というわけで、やはり中村直樹選手ということで、今の上本さんの方からご説明がありましたが、熊久保さん、やっぱり思った通りでしたね。
思った通りですね。はい。
特に中村直樹選手の接触が大きな
And so that probably means that Yokoi is going to be in third
というわ
place.
けで改めて田野選手、はい、決勝戦終了しましたけれども、いかがでしたでしょうか。
いやー、僕もこうやってなんか分析しながら、いつもやってるんですけど、
So once again, don't forget to join us
解
tomorrow
説しながらって
for
いうのは
round
初めての
2
経験だったんで、
of D1 Grand Prix here from the same venue.
楽しかったです。
Wherever you're watching right now, you can watch it there again tomorrow at the same time. We're starting qualifying on the option channel a bit earlier, and sorry, at the same time, but we're starting the top 16 battles a bit earlier. It's going to be 2 o'clock Japan
田野選手、
time.
我々おじさんなんでちょっと上目線でごめんなさいね。また明
And
日も頑張ってく
same
ださい。
thing on the Norio channel. We'll be running the top 16 battles again on
はい、
here.
さあというわけで、田野
So
選手
just the exciting stuff on the Norio channel. That's what the option
さ
people
て、
wanted to
熊
do.
久保さん改めてとなりますが、見事中村直樹選手優勝ということで、
Don't forget, actually, anyone in chat,
ちょっと中村選手の
you must be following me because it's like a 10-minute follow requirement, I think. But since you're here, hey, if you haven't seen the latest Norio video from Gunsai, check out the thumbnail. You might want to actually watch it.
結局このベテランが上位に来てるので、
I think it was released a few days ago.
そうですね。
楽しみですよね。
さあそして明日第2戦ですけれども、
So today, first place, Naoki Nakamura. Second place, Daigo Saito. Third place,
若手が
Yokoi.
彼たちが残ってきた時に
We'll be back
どんだけのパワーを
tomorrow
発揮するかっていうのが
for round 2.
明日のやっぱりね、その今日
Same
残れなかった
YouTube time, same YouTube place. Actually, a bit earlier for the top 16, but you know what I'm saying. When you get up tomorrow, just
どんな戦いになるのか
check the channel.
本当にもう今年は誰が上に来るのか全く分かんない状況ですね。
はい、そうですね。というわけで我々もですね、新たな体制でということですが、本当にこのラウンドは中村直樹選手の優勝、素晴らしいものを見せていただきましたね。はい、ありがとうございました。さあというわけで、今画面の方はですね、表彰式行われていますが、また明日皆さんと一緒にこのビデオオプションチャンネルでお会いしたいと思います。明日はですね、9時10分配信開始となっていますので、皆さんぜひ、チャンネルでお会いしたいと思います。それではマダムさんの、表彰式ですね、ご覧いただきたいと思います。皆さん最後までありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
メディアパートナー株式会社メカニカル池ペロ社長よりいますか、池ペロ社長優勝トロフィー。
Alright, everyone, if you want to head off, thank you once again for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you again tomorrow if you have some time to come and join us for round 2. We'll see if Naoki can make it a back-to-back or a clean sweep. Remember, he got first place qualifying today, first place in the battles. Can he get all 4? He has done it before. Fawaz, when has he done it before? Can you check? Our fact checker in chat. I'm sure he's done it. Is it that low? $6,500. Wow. USD. Holy crap. Do you still own the beer can? I do, I do.
トネは魅力ある工具作りを取り組む工具メーカーで、ぜひこのトネ工具を使ってほしいということで、今回はトネ株式会社取締役平尾元弘様よりミニローラーキャビネット WSS205 が贈られることになります。こちらですね。
All right, once again, thanks, chat. If you have to head off, I know I do that. As soon as it gets to the end of a live stream, it's like, oh, who won? Okay, click. I know I do that. That's cool. I'll see you next time. See you tomorrow, maybe, if you have some time to come and join us. If today's battles are anything to go by, should be good. Of course, don't forget on the options channel, if you're going to watch qualifying, Mad Mike will be qualifying tomorrow. See if he can make the top 16. Anything is possible. Where did Mad Mike end up? I think he was like third last, I think, in qualifying. Hey, look, it's a new car. It's an RX-3 wagon. Come on. Give him some time. Even though it was built and set up by Magic with a lot of help from some other famous shops around Western Japan. Give him some time. It's it's an unknown thing. Look, if you're going to make a brand new GR86 or brand new Super, it's like, yeah, we sort of know how to do it. Is there even an RX-3 drift car anywhere else in the world? In top level pro competition? No. He's running 15-inch tires. Give him a chance to set it up.
中村直樹選手にルミックスレンズ G100D レンズキット、はい、おめでとうございます。さあというところで続きまして準優勝の表彰ということになります。今回の準優勝は斉藤大吾選手です。
All right, so we'll just do the first, second, third place winners. If you'd like to stick around for that, for the end of stream, we'll do that. Here we go, Fawaz, with the facts. Naoki missed out either one solo or battle win for a clean sweep. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I didn't think he did it. So Naoki hasn't done a clean sweep weekend yet. So he's halfway there today. So if he can qualify first tomorrow and win tomorrow, it's a clean sweep weekend. That'd be pretty good.
さあ続きまして第3位の表彰です。第3位には今回横井正史選手が入りました。はい、おめでとうございます。すいません。なんすか。
Looks like a $2 store medal. I know what you mean. IRL, they look nice. They're not that impressive on camera. Yeah, it's a shame. IRL, they're very nice. They're very heavy. They're hefty. They've got a bit of, they're thick. They've got a bit of heft to them, you know.
はい、さあ続きまして D1 グランプリ単走優勝の表彰ということになります。単走優勝はもちろんこの方。
Chat says, come to Dubai during the winter. You'll see Land Cruiser drift. I've seen those videos. I don't know if I want to be anywhere near those guys.
単走優勝の中村直樹選手には JAF の金メダルが審判員の小口さんより渡されることになります。単走優勝の JAF の金メダル。
Just once again, thanks chat. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. It's because you guys are here that I can do this.
株式会社取締役平尾元弘様よりプラスムックツールワゴンでよろしいですか。
I wonder if that check is enough to cover the rear bumper. I mean, he's sponsored, so yeah.
プラスチックツールワゴンが渡されることになります。
Oh, I need one of those. I need a new one of those.
失礼いたしました。読めないでしょこれ本当にもうプラスチックツールワゴンがドネ株式会社よりはい中村直樹選手に渡されることになりました。
I need another tool wagon.
本当にですねガレージオフィスワークショップ、倉庫オフィスホームキッチンなど幅広い用途で使用できる軽量のプラスチック。
Honestly, they're better for putting parts on. I find. You know when you pull stuff off a car, you just put it on the wagon.
いただきたいというところであります。さあ続きまして。ベストメンテナンス賞でございます。
He won a trolley, a rolling tool cabinet, a camera, a trophy, a couple of trophies, and some JAF medals. A couple of JAF medals. Pretty good haul. I don't know. free umbrella from the Villino
ベ
girl.
ストメンテナンス賞というところで副賞といたしまして、利根株式会社取締役平尾元弘様よりメンテナンスマッ
It's
ト
good to see too. Naoki's car's getting more and more reliable. Remember back when he started to get a bit more serious about D1 Grand Prix, had a lot of really stupid small problems, like a $6 oil fitting, just ruining his weekend. And I remember hearing a story about after they had one particularly bad weekend, the team manager said, look, enough messing around. Whatever we need to spend money on to make sure we don't have things go wrong, we're going to do it. And looks like it's been paying off. He ended up getting a championship, and he's here today again at round 1 in the old V8 S13. Takes out first place straight away. Yeah, I want that mat too, Chad. I want one of those. Anti-fatigue mat. Anti-fatigue mats. Is this me showing that I'm 43 years old? Anti-fatigue mats are highly, highly underrated. If you have to stand anywhere for more than like 10 minutes at a time, anti-fatigue mat, GOAT. They're amazing. Your back doesn't hurt as much. Your feet don't hurt. They're so good. Chad said he also won my heart.
途中フルマークもありましたけれども、本当に今日は後追いとしてやりきれたというところはありますか？
そうですね、ベスト4で、横井上がってくるんかなと思ってたんで、ちょっと準備運動をしようと思ってフルマークで、
やっといて、
ずっこけたみたいで、でふと気づいたら大悟さんがすげえ乗れてたし、
そうですね。
これいつものこのバトルになると何が起こるかわからないね。
というところで。この入れ替え2本目。
So Naoki's saying that his battle against Yokoi, he thinks Yokoi did really good, and he was sort of almost expecting to lose to Yokoi, and then coming up against Daigo Saito, he honestly had no idea how it was going to happen.
やっぱりむちゃくちゃなったんですけど、ちょっと激しく喜びました。
でもとにかくまずは開幕優勝というのは本当に目標に掲げていましたけれども、まさか単走優勝から、そして本当に追走最後は斉藤大吾選手を破ってでの優勝というところは、これできすぎじゃないですか？
そうですね、いやイメージ通りいったらいけると思ってたんですけど、不運が起こったらどっかで負けるのかなと思ってました、けど不運は起こりませんでしたんで、やりました。
ということで、まず開幕土曜日は決めましたけれども、この勢いでもしかしたら明日もちょっと意気込み聞かせてほしいんですが、2連勝いけるでしょうか？
ちょっと走り方もだいぶ分かってきたんで、明日もバチバチの単走と追走と狙いに行きますんで、いいもの見せます。
わかりました。ぜひ素晴らしい走り期待し
So
たいと思います
Naoki's
けれ
saying
ども、
just looking at Daigo and sort of saying there like he had a lot of fun getting aggressive in the chase against Daigo Saito, and also Daigo Saito. Tough battle, not really knowing how it would go either, but he was happy he was able to go all out in the battle against Daigo Saito. And for tomorrow's competition, he says he's got a pretty good handle on how to drive the course, how to drive the car, and he's looking forward to, he heard him say bachi bachi. It's like a sort of a onomatopoeia for getting aggressive, getting punchy tomorrow. And doing his best in tomorrow's competition.
まずは D1 ライツの方の表彰も行ってまいりたいと思いますが、もうこの位置でそのままでよろしいですか？大丈夫ですね。さあ、というところで2024年グランツーリスモ D1 グランプリ
It does actually look a bit cold there, yeah, today. Well, the sun goes down because you're in the mountains. The sun goes down kind of early. I'm in a nice air-conditioned office in Shinjuku. It's great.
柳和隆です。柳和隆です。
Can we do raids on YouTube? I don't know how to do raids. Is anyone on? I don't even know how to do it. Is it even possible to do a raid? Like a Twitch raid? Is anyone on? I don't know. Is Jimmy Broadbent on? Don't know how to do it. I'll just leave it there.
さあさらには苦笑といたしまして E1 ライツの苦笑といたしましていつものようにはい副賞の方も渡されるということになりますけれども
And we did have D1 Lights run earlier today. All right, everyone. Let's just leave it there. Hey, if you're thinking about what to do next, don't open that extra tab. Don't open that other browser. Don't get on Twitter or X or whatever. You're already on the Noriero channel if you are on the Noriero channel. Just click on the channel videos there and have a look at that new video that just came out the other day of the with the rolled over S15 at Gunsai in the thumbnail. Wasn't me, don't worry, it was someone else. But check it out, just came out the other day. Yes, you can read on YouTube, don't know how. It's okay, don't worry about it. All right, everyone, let's leave it there today on, I'm just going to end the Noriero stream and also the option stream. Once again, thank you for joining us here on YouTube. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for making it possible for me to do this. It's a lot of fun to call D1 Grand Prix over the past few years. Looking forward to making it even more watched and enjoyed by everyone all around the world. A lot of drifting going on today too, by the way, if you haven't noticed. There's probably like 2 more drift competitions to go today in various parts of the world. But we won't talk about that. Let's talk about D1. See you tomorrow on the same channel, roughly the same time. Can Naoki clean sweep it? Can Mad Mike qualify? I would just like to see that, honestly. I'm not doubting it. I'm just like, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him in a battle because that card sounds so cool. Alright, everyone, leaving it there today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully see you tomorrow for round 2. And that's all. Congrats to Naoki Nakamura, first place. Daigo Soto second and Yokoi third. Thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
単走優勝の方を渡した方にももちろん表彰されるということになります。初めて取りました単走優勝、藤原優太選手です。おめでとうございます。18歳若手ルーキー、初めてこの単走優勝を手にしたということになります。優勝のトロフィーとさらには副賞といたしましてオリジン